Already starting off, yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I don't want to hold anything. What was that?
Ready to go. We're ready to roll.
I am too. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, that's fine. Rich is confused by an indication. You know what it is, Rich? It's like a slightly behind here. Bullen starts off with the 2-4-7, 10 out. Judgenson splits to begin. Yeah. Two bowlers out of the state of Maine started things off here. 9 bucks for each. Apologies, folks, as we get the technical situation sorted. Bob Lee and I scurrying back and forth to get the internet going. This is Candlepin Bowling Network, where we are live on Facebook and YouTube. And here's Bullen. Both started off with a 9 box. And another split for Judgenson, his second one.
Bullen on the 4 horsemen.
Bob Lee, our executive producer, on hand here.
And Hutchinson cleans up. That looked like the 3-7 to me.
Fantastic split conversion.
Hutchinson making his second appearance as a substitute for Central Park 2. He bowls out of the Big 20, is carrying a 112 average this season, has a high single of 216 in a high series of 778, Greg. I think we're going to see more of this man, Joey Hutchinson. In his first appearance as a sub, he had a 355. Here's Mike Nardone in on the 2-pin. Leaves the 1, 3, 8, and 9. Rich Limone. He had to, Kris Winiarz is going to be up at the 560 tournament, ripping the rack 560. Dismissed Winiarz from tonight's performance. And Limone, the captain, taking his place, has 4 horsemen on his first bid. Gets the pocket, not the 7. Both Nardone and Limone open.
Maybe could afford to push this camera in a little bit. We'll see here. Nardone crossed over. It's triangle 6, 6, 9, 10. There's a slightly better look at it, I think.
Limone comes off on the left side of the 2-pin in the 2-4 pocket. Nardone on his triangle, makes the 6 triangle in the corner. A spare in the second. Nardone, the number 2 bowler for Academy 3.
Limone just to the right here. Maybe just the head pin. We'll literally get our wires crossed here. Limone has a 9 box to begin. I'll punch this in for you, Bob, while we switch chairs here. This is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. We stream quality candlepin bowling, developing candlepin bowling wherever you might find it. Great to have you along here. Please like and comment so that other people can find the video. I know people are still filing in.
On the head pin, Haji with a strike.
Fantastic. So there's Dave Mallahan. We can put that number 1 there under that letter B. Lach gets a split. That's a 1 and 2 split. Just hits the wood alone. And don't forget that little button right there as well. Bob is having to go with my user interface just for the heck of it. His Lach records an 8 box. Steve Lach, of course, was our last year. Both these two teams are 5 and 6 on the right side of the playoff bubble as it stands.
Okay, Lach with the 8. My apologies.
That's right. Now,
Hodge uses a strike.
yep, still filling. We'll update the strike fill after this ball. Lach, half Worcester. Hodge all the way back here on the approach. Nice try. Got the head pin. The wood wasn't quite the guide rail he wanted it to be. Hilly open.
9 in the fill.
Right.
Little slippery up here.
Yeah, nearly lost his balance, but stay behind the line. That's good news for Steve. He's got 2 to get here. Hodge hits the curtain on ball 3 and has a 9 box. And only 28 through 2. And 8 for Lach. Scott Douglas, Scott LaPierre. Academy Lanes out of Haverhill, Massachusetts. LaPierre himself a Maine bowler, another substitute out of the state of Maine. Interesting how that is. A lot of people going up to Maine and a lot of Maine bowlers coming down here, and we're basically cycling the talent pool. It's like the NHL coaching carousel. Oops. Seven down for LaPierre. Douglas got 9 to start out. LaPierre, ooh, 1-7. A darn inner pin didn't work out. My name's Greg Gouillart alongside executive producer Bob Lee for this one. Douglas missed the 10 pin just to the right, and an opportunity gets away. LaPierre threads the needle, that's 9. Douglas likewise gets 9. Nine for each of them in the first box. Scott LaPierre has a strike. 8 pin drops last. Douglas hit the head pin full. Down goes the 4 pin, and there is wood between the 3 and the 7. You can see it on the pin cam here. Looks like Scott Douglas has it on the right side. I think there's a chance this could go. His try. Too far right as it happens. Wild how he cut that pin across anyway. Yep, that's correct as you see it there.
LaPierre's at 19.
Yep, 19 and 2, that's right. Scott Douglas for the 10 box. And he'll be at, nope, don't touch that one, remember. Oh, wait, hold on. Don't touch that one. Do it down here. That's it.
Okay.
Should be correct, we'll verify. This looks reasonable though. So move it.
Oh, Ed Woodside with the brutal split.
Yeah, spread eagle. Tim Douglas. 7 and 9. Woodside sent the 6 pin across. Is that 2 pin in the wilt? It will not. Oh, geez, folks, got a late start out of work here. I couldn't make this sooner.
That'll be 8 for Ed.
For Ed Woodside, yep, to start out. Woodside, of course, very familiar with Central Park Lanes. He bowls under the Academy banner this year in Friday Night Pro League, but very familiar to the friendly confines of East Boston.
Tim has a ball in the channel right next to his 7 pin. He's going to have to have it removed by rule and for safety.
Yeah. Don't want to bust anyone's balls out here. I'm hysterical. Hardy, hardy, har.
As Steve Pullen in the retrieval duty. Timmy, you thought that the pin high was the answer, but it wasn't. Maybe a 9.
Ball deflected away. Woodside misses the head pin, gets a good splash though, 110. Timmy's got 3 out. How about just check something real quick?
A decent bid. Wood came across sharp and in front of the 10. Tim found his. Well, I thought he hit the pocket, but I guess he just popped. He popped the 1 and the wood to behind it, and that was it. I think the 7 in the corner, but he's still got a hay bale. That wood comes out of play. Scotty Douglas picking that up. And a 10.
That's a nice out for Timmy. He's up to 10 as well. All will change. I'll take a quick peek at the score sheets here, and we'll get a look-see here. Sorry. Don't mind me.
All right, 93-92 by our unofficial score. Academy 3 with the lead through the first time through the order. 3 marks on their side and 1 for Central Park 2. That's in the hands of Joey Hutchinson. Up on your screen is Joey Judson. We'll change that right now.
Oh, I see what's happened. We actually have a 9-2 few for...
Wait, let's get Joey's name spelled right. Okay, you get it?
Yep, this is 9 and then a 9.
Hutchinson with 7 in his fill. And he'll be open.
Bullen, we met at the Pro Series in Alley Cat Lanes in Kingston, Massachusetts.
That'll be an 8. That's a 6 for Steve Pullen.
And the
Pullen was on a spare, however.
Did you see it? Get that confirmed in just a second. Pullen has 5 down. Hutchinson. Oh, the wood deflected the ball away.
3 fill there.
Doesn't work out on the second ball. That's a well pinned out 10. Joey 44 through 4 by our count. Pullen 28 through 3, and now gets a good out. 3 of the 4 pins on that 9 box, 37 through 4. Down to Nardone and Limone.
And Mike Nardone from Academy 3 up on 19. Rich Limone on 20 for Central Park 2.
Oh, yeah, Lach didn't have a strike. Yeah, that's right. We still had the strike on the wrong side. There we go. I got it.
3 on the first ball for Limone and a half Worcester for Nardone.
That's on a fill, unfortunately. 2 out. Limone, of course, battling injury right here. Had a tough go of it last week. Still a matter of a few weeks, though.
Nardone finds the inside. Shakes and back and forth. He got it.
Huh.
He knocked the 10 pin back,
Into
but
the
not
6.
far enough to take it out. It came, it tilted and fell back into the 6 pin for the spare. Nardone and Limone will take an 8.
That's a 9, yep. Yep, all scores are correct to this point.
All right, Greg, why don't you stay on your scoreboard?
Yeah, I got it. I think
it's your machine. As much as I can do it on my Mac, I don't think I can pull it off here.
Limone just takes out the 4-pin.
That is a 7 fill for Nardone. He who the lemon drop is actually named for, with the lemon drop there.
Yeah.
Oh, Nardone finds it.
Brilliant.
And shakes it across.
3 straight. A 2-7-10 with Wood.
Limone on 6 pins, no. Throwing 35 out of the hand, but
yeah,
not quite, and doesn't have the control.
And personally, he feels good, but he had that wrist operation recently, and of course, his bowling hasn't recovered yet.
All right, Steve Lach and Dave Hodge-Mallahan.
Central 2 did get a victory last week. They did have a 6-2 over Team Lafayette, bowling out of Riverwalk Lanes.
Lach, the 3-step approach, finds the 3-pin. He's throwing 36 miles an hour. Here's Hodgie, right to left with a lot of spin. 34 on that delivery. He drops 8 down to the 1 and 9.
Interesting, that ball just went left to right, though.
Yeah, he kind of the inverse of like a Tim Jalbert.
Yeah.
Right?
Lach has that swing inwards.
And the right to left spin, he gave it a good bid and sent a couple pieces by it.
Steamrollers won't take it either, unfortunately.
And Lach takes 9.
Whoa, he took a bid on that, didn't have to.
Pair of 9s there, no blood.
Welcome, everybody. We're live on Facebook and YouTube this evening on Candlepin Bowling Network. I think I can up our levels just a little bit without killing people.
Academy 3 with the early 10-pin lead. Lach with a slow first step and drives home 8. Kind of the inverse of the lead we saw from Hodgie. That Wood is out, and they're going to take a look at it. Mike Nardone jogs down the lane, 60 feet. And Wood's clearly out of play from here.
Sorry about that. I was juggling things a little bit.
All right, it looks like the piece behind the head pin has a chance of carrying, at least deflecting in the right way for that 8-pin. The pitch, left. Hodgie throwing left to right with right to left spin, scoots it right past the head pin.
There's 10. So Lach is 35 through 4.
Hodgie made the object pin and the sleeper and left the 2-4-7 for a 7.
Come on, Scotty, set us up, baby. Set us up, baby.
All right, so I show a 16-pin lead. We'll get that fixed in just a moment. And we have Scott Douglas and Scott LaPierre. LaPierre on a strike, had that hit. He dropped last.
Okay. And we have another look at the 1-8 from Douglas.
Looking
for 2, look for 2.
Ooh, that was the ball for it.
Came back and tapped it, but not enough here. Sometimes see those fall forward. Beautiful ball. It bounced into the ceiling and came right down on the 8-pin. Scotty Douglas in despair.
There we go. LaPierre.
They're on strike. 20 box. Should bring the lead up to 26.
LaPierre's just a very consistent bowler overall. Always on his head pins, always on his 10 boxes, or better in this case. Still remembering his performance at 3-man random draw most recently. Had him on Candlepins for Cancer as well.
9 drop on the fill for Douglas.
Scott Douglas was also on our featured lanes that when we broadcast the 3-man random draw Pro Series on the Lakeside Lanes in Manchester this year.
2 spares in this voyage for Scott Douglas.
19 and another. That's the way you like to do it.
Up here looking for 3 in a row here. He has a trick.
Yeah,
Trick shot. Yeah, he spread it. He spread that number 4 triangle. The wood fell behind the kingpin. Didn't quite connect.
Was trying to get the pin to kick around. Scorpion tail kick. At the front into the 5-pin. Didn't work out. But there's that solid pinning I mentioned. 10 box. 55 through 4. And Woodside, Timmy Douglas. Woodside, of course, is an alumnus of the Stars and Strikes show on Channel 50. Dick Lutzkin and Mike Morin hosted that one at Alita Lanes in Nashua. Alita Lanes now hosting a broadcast show of their own these days, the all-new Skins with Candlepin Corner. Tim's got 8 to begin, only in Millis. Diamond left side for Woodside. Rock, they call him. There's a spare.
42 miles on that pitch from Timmy Douglas. Whoa, it's back and he takes it off the side. That's the way to double your chances on those diamonds.
That's right.
You kick the wall, go try to hit it on the side that sends something into the wall closest to your diamond. That was the advice I got early on in my career. Douglas on the fill. Pitches that one 43. So we've seen a lot of 43s and 42s out of him this season.
Fills a 7 and 8. Tim Douglas's raw power carrying pins, even though he hasn't actually hit the head pin either of these last 2.
Okay, 1, 2, 7 and 10. I'm sorry, 8, 10.
So it's 6 fill, excuse me.
Yeah, 6 fill. Okay.
Ball dies in the channel, unfortunately. They ain't flat like in Canada. That's 10. Nicely done for Tim. Only left with 1 pin standing. Woodside has a 10 as well. 46, no mark for either. That's that. And we'll take a look at the scores here. I'll confirm as well. But I show just 1 spare hanging on each side. You can see by the yellow smudges. There was a question in chat about the 6-man rotation for Academy 3, excuse me. No, the 6-man doesn't mean you have a substitute necessarily. It just means that the roster rotates. You're only fielding 5 men at a time in the Friday Night Pro League. Unlike in certain other tournaments, like in Worlds, where a substitution is permitted, though, ICBA rule by default, you are not permitted a substitute.
Okay, 3rd time through the order now. Teams, as we've checked that score unofficially at 229, 204 Academy 3 with the lead. And for Academy in the TBD jersey, Joey Hutchinson. Nice delivery, but pulls it left.
Yeah. World's team TBD. I think Scott LaPierre was on it as well.
So that was Steve Pullen in the TBG jersey.
Right.
Our 2 substitutes.
Correct color.
Get them straight.
Spare.
So the colors are backwards. That's Hutchinson.
But the teams are correct.
The team, yeah.
He's got the spare.
Wow.
Hutchinson coming off. Substitutes, on the other hand, are simply recruited by the team captains however they see fit. You know, in this case, there was a shortage because of the main tournament recently. As long as they're not protected by a team, and each team is protected 5 or 6 men, the team you saw in the video description. Anyone else who's eligible to bowl, they can bowl.
So Poulin is delivering, that's 2nd ball in a row, 38 miles an hour for Poulin.
Woo.
And Hutchinson, who had a 39 last time, threw that one 42. He was looking for extra smoke on that barbecue. 42 on that pitch. And going for the single pin, he just dropped that one 38. So his earlier throw was a 39. So I have 3 measurements on Hutchinson, 38, 39, and that 142. There was a wood shot, so I think he was pulling from the bottom of his shoes in that one. Number 2 bowlers now. Mike Nardone for Academy 3 on your right. Rich Limone on the left.
Just 4 this time. Nardone has a streak of 3 marks going.
Three out of the left side of the pocket. And Nardone will end his streak there. Still with 6 pins for his 3rd pitch.
Mike Nardone, Class A bowler in the ACST. Ooh, good bit on that. Limone's got sticks. He's going to be happy with that. Nardone only ends up with 7, despite his efforts.
He dismantled Brian Hefferman earlier this week in an ACST match.
Check out that action on Candlepin Bowling Network and, of course, the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour on Facebook. I believe the YouTube archive is still going. It's not as widely promoted because the live streams are all on Facebook. But
that's right.
You want to check out the YouTube channel if you have a chance. A lot of great matches from yesteryear and present year of the ACST. Nardone 9.
Nardone, more of a control bowler, throws a 32-mile-an-hour reverse.
Limone 3 out on the first ball.
Grafton resident. Nope, that was left, and still has a look at the 10. Is that one chipped out?
Good thing would not have counted had it dropped.
Good bid, but those 7-pin clusters are like making a strike. You can't count on a pocket taking them. And that'll be a 9 to close the 6 for both bowlers.
That's a fine for each one. Dave Hodge-Mallahan, that is, didn't want to squish his name on the scoreboard there, and Steve Lach. I'll need to check out. I'll show you all the standings next, I think, is what I'll do.
Haji has a 4-step approach onto the 3-pin there. 1, 2, and
1, 2, and 8.
8-pin back there, right?
Yep. Mallahan, captain of this team and captain of World's teams as well. New England Flooring, his own business. And backsplashes, I hasten to add.
Yep.
Second ball gets away. That took out 3 on the first. He's tried.
Oh, Lash right on the head pin.
Boy, if it was the 4 horsemen, that would have been pretty. It was, as it is.
Okay. Mallahan on the outside of the 1-2 takes the 1-8.
Hatch gets rid of the 9-pin. There it is for a 9 as well. So standings as promised here. If I could stop clicking that button, that'd be wonderful. Oh, phooey.
Okay, Mallahan on the 2-pin, grabs 6 more. Another look at that 1-8, this time also with the 6-10. Oh, pretty. Left pocket blast for Lash down to the 6-pin. Mallahan left of his target. Okay, Lash left just by a hair. Lash throwing 36, Haji 35 on those last bids. Okay, another pair of 9s. No damage there, no blood anyway.
There we go. I see the issue.
Academy 3 holding on to a 29-pin lead. We're past the midpoint here.
Yep, 9 marks to 5 in the early going here. Pinning is just about even here, so 2 extra strikes, 2 extra spares for the side of Academy 3, making the difference at the moment.
Scott LaPierre matching Mike Nardone's speed, although he's throwing right to left, 32 miles an hour.
Scott Douglas
using his
6
length.
Yeah, Woods available there. This should be a good one.
Yeah,
Phil is 6 on this.
Good outcome there.
Yep, chance for 10. Douglas has a chance, has to shoot this wood across. He
Got
got
it.
it.
Oh,
Had to be on the left side of the wood to leverage it. He did it perfectly. 3 marks in the past 4.
Scotty throwing 35 miles an hour.
Smooth 10 again. I've actually marked this on the wrong side. I beg your pardon.
Lead is 29 for Academy 3. We're in our 3rd trip through the order. 4th bowlers here out of 5. These are the 5th and 6th boxes in string 1 of 3.
Ooh.
Good looking 8 drop.
Yeah, nice leave.
6 and 9. Douglas trying to take a bite out of the lead. He takes us a nibble. 4 pins down. 25 now the difference.
Significant though. Yes, it goes. So accurate. LaPierre already 15 over, has a chance for a 120 string and already at the stage. Scott Douglas.
Oh, here it comes. It's gone.
Here comes the wood from behind. Scott Douglas, 4 in a row.
You're thinking about you're throwing the ball 32 miles an hour, thinking about going to the gym. Is it really worth it? Yes, 35 is worth it. That he used every mile per hour of energy on that one.
Of course, the break of the ball as well matters as well. It's not just throwing the ball hard. Trust me, it doesn't work out for me.
And you can do it as an older gentleman. As Eddie Woodside just showed us, throwing 36. Tim Douglas throwing 42. I'll end with the ball speeds for now. Now that everybody knows, I like to get them on the record, Greg.
We're data collectors by nature.
Well,
Rock gets a second time around. That's 10.
Now, come on, outside back. Hang in with me here. Come on.
Timmy, that's not.
okay, another.
Tim no longer the defending Easter Classic champion. Now the year before last, Austin Barnes won the tournament this time around. Check out our all-day coverage of that on the Candlepin Bowling Network. 20 pins the gap.
Each team with 1 hit. All right.
Ah, this is better.
That's that. Here's that leave, that cross leave. It looks like half a cross. The 7, 8, 9, 10.
Crossword, or should I
And
say
the 2
curse
pin.
word?
Yeah.
2, 4, 6. And Tim Douglas. This will be interesting. What's available for Woodside?
Jeez, he almost got it.
Yeah, he made the 2, 7, 9, 10. Impressive in its own right. Had the wood available, of course. This would be some slice, wouldn't it? Ooh, and Douglas darn near did.
He looked like he was trying to shave.
It's 10.
And
Tim.
oh,
He overcuts it.
wow. Pick
He's,
up
he's
another
too
pin.
good. He's too good.
Those were the anchor bowlers. We're down to our last 10 boxes. Each of these bowlers will bowl their 9th and 10th boxes after they switch sides.
Yep, 21 pins right now. The advantage right here. Update on the mark situation from the soothing. Wait, I'm so confused.
Yeah. You do that, Greg. While I check on the
Denmark's
the scores.
Denmark's the 7 pin inning still within 1 as it stands. And just that 21 pin gap. Right now seems as though those 2 strikes are basically the main part of Academy 3's advantage. 1 each from Hodge and LaPierre. Steve Poulin, Joey Hutchinson. Some more spec on the name. There we go. Slammed it to the foul line. That's 4 outs.
Official score is 333-15.
We'll check that in just a second here.
There you go, Stevie. Go get it.
He's got 8 in the first one. Verifying scores here, lickety split. Oh, the wood deflected it away for Poulin. Nice out for Joey. He's got 9 and a 10 for Poulin. Okay, so I've got the. Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought. I answered those backwards.
Yep,
there we go.
Those were it. Exactly 3. Okay, so the lead was 15 at the half.
Yeah, that's a lot of power Joey had in his ball. Slammed that one right into the pin setter mechanism. Poulin runs down the triangle.
Yeah.
Been consistent on the head pin in the recent going.
Both he and Nardone have picked up that 6th triangle in this first string.
Also picked up 2 pins. Format of the Friday Night Pro League is 2 match points to the winner of each string and 2 for total in this 3-string format. That's how it goes every week, 32 weeks. This is the 32nd week, rather, of 35. Nardone and Limone next.
Lead is now 18 and a ball for Academy.
That's right. Those yellow smudges indicate the marks. Yeah.
We're watching the 7th and 8th boxes. Of course, each bowler will bowl 10.
Yeah, Nico, it is tougher with without the overhead scoring here. We're just relying on pen and paper, so harder to cross-check ourselves.
Okay, both bowlers facing out big outs here. Limone's got a diamond, and Nardone looking at a split 7.
Eight and matching 8. Each of them got that one head pin hit. There you go.
Don't turn your body. Hit that ball right to that head pin.
18 pins the gap, so Academy 3 still the favorites at the moment, but there's still plenty of boxes to go.
Yeah, plus a ball, though. It amounts to about a 3 or 4 mark difference, however you put it. There's a good...
The wood is interesting,
yeah,
though. We'll see.
The wood is. I stopped myself right after I said good and looked at that wood. I don't love it.
Maybe with enough power.
If he hits it, he has to get it to continue through, because the wood's going to scatter. There's a 3rd piece back there.
Yeah, he's just on double take at it too.
Oh,
Left
beauty.
side wood. Clever. Did not take the bait. Went on the left side of the wood to carry it through.
All right, well, that evens up the marks.
What a read, but actually 10.
And the lead is still 18, but now it's 18,
Yeah,
no ball.
A true 18.
2 marks apiece for the squads.
Right.
I'm Bob Lee with Greg Gouillart here at Central Park Lanes, East Boston, at the mouth of the Sumner Tunnel.
Which is open, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. You can use it tonight. Don't have to go around the bridge or anything. Steve Lach throws a big
Lach is a wicked
inverted, yeah.
He has got a wicked sense of humor as well. We experienced that at Ryan's when we covered that match.
Okay, here comes, and it won't stay, but it looked like that was going to end up being a barn door shot.
Powerful one from Mallahan. Just missed.
All right.
Good out, though, at least on the second ball. Mallahan to secure this lead. Yes.
Oh, boy.
He's got a second mark. I mentioned his strike was one of the reasons they're ahead here. Now he's got a spare to tack it on. Lach.
19 in the ball now, the difference for Academy 3. Greg, were you able to pull the standings up?
Yeah, I had it.
Briefly?
See if I can do it one more time. There we go.
Yeah, that's not bad.
There we go. The rich got richer pretty much. Top 8 make the playoffs. Even Riverwalk, even though they only snuck 4 points, that's more than Metro's 2, so they are now 6 ahead. 32 points remaining in this regular season.
Oh, strike on spare.
Oh, yes. For his second strike this string.
Puts more pressure on Lach for this one. He finds the inside.
That was the ball.
4 horsemen plus a sleeper, and the death gets to him.
Yep.
The 4th horseman of the apocalypse.
10. Well, he kills death, as it were. That's 10 bucks. Wouldn't we all like to do that?
Come on, Scotty. Same thing, buddy. Same thing out there.
And on to Scott LaPierre and Scott Douglas. Oh, so Lafayette and Metro still have a chance. Metro a pretty good one. Lafayette an outside chance at this point. But remember, these regular season standings also determine payouts at the end of the season in their own right. Actually, the bulk of the payments come from your regular season standings. So still a good chunk of change you can make here in the playoffs, which will be here at Central Park Lanes in East Boston.
Douglas finds a slice of the 1-2 pocket, gets 6.
5 and 10. That's how it is. That's correct now?
Nope.
Doesn't work out.
All right, I think there's a couple ways to play this. Let's see how Scott does it. I think he might try to tap on that wood. Nope.
Yep.
Either on the side of it where the ball takes the 10 or on the cap where the ball shoots left. So it was a decent opportunity. Let's see if he goes for it again.
Extraordinary thing is he was unhappy with it.
Yeah. I mean, well, a cap is the same size as a standing pin. For these guys, that means they should be able to hit it 65 to 70% of the time.
Scott Douglas. Crossed all the way over, 4 horsemen right side.
Been watching Scott now for 3 years. I think he's getting smoother.
It's not my imagination. He has a hop step in his delivery, right?
Yeah, he has a. Well, there's a. Watch when the ball's all the way back. There's a little pause, and then that's where the step comes in. Oh my goodness! Off the wall.
Yeah, the 1 was hit first, and the 3 was hit last.
That's right. He hit the 1 into the sidewall, and it managed to hit the pin. Hit all 3. I think hit. Bouncing into the 10 and 6, and then deflecting forward into the 3. Interesting.
This is a very good string
going
right here.
That's a power spare. That's a power spare.
Only 1 pin left standing, 5 marks.
LaPierre still looking at 5 with ball 3 here.
Oh,
okay. That's a 5-pin swing there, plus a ball.
That's spicy.
So now 2 marks apiece on the board.
Do I need to move my chair?
Academy 3's lead is 25 pins. 420 to 395. Anchor bowlers here, Timmy Douglas.
Ooh, check marking a 4. Woodside. This goes. Keeping Central 2 around.
Okay.
Ed can't find the 3-pin rather.
Right, this one is getting closer.
8 sticks. And again, 2 left. That's a good out, but 2 get left standing. .23, but there is the extra mark on Central 2's side. Academy 3 still with a significant advantage to this point.
Yeah, so that mark will be right here. Douglas.
Oh! You almost expected it to be 10, didn't you?
How about a 14-pin lead now? And Woodside found a nice piece of pocket there, but it split. And no. Okay, that was his nemesis a couple years ago. The
4 pins specifically?
Yeah, the single pins. No, it was ooh. Everybody would razz him about it and put extra pressure on him.
Woodside's tried to deflect it off the wood and it deflected in front of the 10. There it is. Tim Douglas, 10.
But I'd say, since he won the Easter Classic and the Tournament Champions, it's really difficult to say he can't hit a single pin. He's hit many, but many, many.
10 bucks for Woodside. For 3 straight splits.
Yep.
Here's the scores. We'll confirm them in just a second here.
A 14-pin lead as Douglas, with his 19 box in the 7th, closes it down.
You wouldn't mind photographing that for me, but we show it as 14 pins at the moment. 2 marks to 2 standing. Now, first string that's already down to the wire here. Chances on each side. It's easy to have some recency bias and remember 14. The anchor bowler, but 14 is the gap, okay.
Yep, 438 and 424 with that 14 pin.
Do you have a photo of their score sheet anyway by any chance?
Sure.
Oh, pull in.
Oh no, it didn't
Wiggling
go.
9. Truncating the decimal, but that's on a fill, and that's big for Academy 3 right there.
Yep. Hutchinson, meanwhile, finds the pocket a little thin, I guess, and spare, pulling.
There it is. This has a chance here, and it's gone.
He did it. That was the ball going left. So he had the wood right behind the 3-pin, and the wood covered all the pins behind. The ball shot off to the left, off the wall, and took out the 7 for the spare.
And the blank took out everything on the right side. Brilliant.
Yeah.
6 for Poulin. First time he's missed a head pin in a hot second.
And that extra speed turns that little right triangle into a 9 drop.
On the fill.
And a gain of 3 in the fill, yeah.
This gets away.
Okay.
Chance here.
I see 4 pieces of wood possibly in play here. And
no, it foiled him.
He hit every piece of wood.
This piece of wood's too slow, unfortunately.
Not the 9. Yep.
That runs down for Poulin. That's 6 into 10. That might matter.
Yep.
One thing you do, that's a 1/16 string, by the way. You never let those third balls get away. You just never know when the winner will come.
So the lead is down to 11. Well, call it 12 now. 12. And the mark situation is 2-1 for Central, but Academy's mark is a strike from Hodgie, right?
That's right. Nardone and Limone.
Limone on a spare here. So Limone needs a reset here, and check on that lead. It was 14 a moment ago. It was Nardone on the left side of the head pin. Difficult 1-2-1 split wood on the 5-pin that may help.
Only on a fill, it's 1.
Okay, that's a 1.
Finding the injury bug, we were wondering about that.
Okay, we checked on that lead. 20 now?
Yep, 20 is correct.
Hey, Nardone. Oh, my.
3 out of 4. But that plank just dead in the ball motion. Didn't let anything travel to the corner.
Yep.
Good pins for Limone. Nardone.
Nope.
Can't complete the 10, but 9. Will that be fine? We'll see. Limone shades right, trying to look for pins.
Picks up 2 more, so.
Yep.
Not a good box there. 22.
Nardone picks up 2 indeed. Remember, Limone had a sub 300 and Central 2 had the victory anyway last week. Then Academy 3. Last week actually didn't get anything, although they were up against Central 3, the #1 juggernauts you saw in the standings just a moment ago.
All right, Limone now on the spare bid, has a diamond and good wood.
What's there?
Yep, but
just the release timing.
Yep.
There's 9.
So you can miss by, if you miss by 3 1/4 inches, you miss your object. You miss by about 8 1/2 inches, and you miss the adjacent pin. Those are what we call the ocean balls when you miss the 1, 2, 3. Yep. That's a 6.
Center diamond left up in effect. Sliding there. Got a mark up each side.
All right, number 3 bowlers. Remember, Dave Mallahan on a strike. This is the final trip through the order. His squad with in string 1.
Secure it. He got a
That helps.
skinny hit on the head pin. Still filling. And of course, there's a 257 alone, which is a gettable for just fill alone. Lach has a cluster of 6. See?
Comes on it. Oh, what a shot.
He thought he was.
Yep.
He hit the 2-5 groove. You saw the body language. Mallahan thought he was all over it. Lach carves the 1 through the gap of the 3-5 into the 9. Unbelievable. The fill is 8 and the box is 9. That's how it should look on your screen. And a 10 box for Lach brings us to 82 through 9.
All right, the lead is now up to 32. 1 mark on the board. That's for Central. Oh, Mallahan's found his objects. The pin was spinning wildly, and
Lach with a huge hit, but it's 9.
5, 7, 10 for Mallahan.
Yeah.
The dreaded Susie special, as Paul calls it. Or the good luck getting a 9 is the way I think about it.
Lach has this one. That's his
big.
first mark, and what a time for it. He'll go 11,
Yep.
so to speak. He gains 2 pins immediately.
All right, that means the lead is 30. Remember, he's the 3rd bowler, so there's still 4 boxes to play here in string 1 of 3. Holds that ball up by his cheek, delivers on the head pin, and it's
Get
collapsing.
over 5 or
Oh,
9,
my.
either of you.
Wow.
It 1 will, the 9 did. And the fill is 9 for a 101.
21 now. And the mark coming up, right?
Yep, that's right. Spare upcoming.
Scotty Douglas. So, you know, he chips it down to 20, down to the low teens, and it's a 2-mark game. LaPierre let that one get away. 3 pins out of left side. Douglas is smooth and on the target.
It's on 2.
All right.
7 more.
14 is the difference.
There's room.
Okay. Good spot.
What
Chops
should,
it through.
What should guide it, I think.
No,
But he missed
no.
it.
Tough.
LaPierre needs pins as well. That's very good.
Wow.
That converts for a 10 box. Could that matter?
Oh, yeah.
8.
It will. Leads now up to 16. That's 2 big fills now instead of a couple of reasonable fills.
Average spare fill 6.5 per Candlepin Bowling Network stats,
Down to
which is
our-
Paul's euphemism for Bob Lee did that.
We're down to our last 3 boxes. Scott LaPierre, former Candlefish for Cancer champ. Okay, threw an ocean ball and gets that. Gets the Millis 8.
Thank you.
And Scott,
Also gets away with this ball.
yeah, he missed it on the 3. I don't know. It's a pretty standard look. You know, the wood might help a tad, but let's get the 4 horsemen. Goodbye. LaPierre connects.
I think it was Timmy that made this 1-2 leave earlier, so 1-1 on that.
He finds his spot.
Horseman
and
run
takes
as
it.
well.
That one was the classic on the inside of the 1-2 pocket. I think the ball managed to carry all the way through into the 7. The 7 is the tricky one here. I've bowled in a league here at Central Park, and I've watched 100 or more matches, and that 7 and that 10 on those 4 horsemen.
Great strength. Scott Douglas.
Tough one to get.
Scott Douglas with 6 marks. LaPierre found his head pin.
Okay.
It's full.
Clutch 16, though.
Mayhaps.
A 123 for LaPierre.
Scott Douglas, he's still in the range,
Oh,
but
no.
except he got the head pin in full. Phil is 5 and a 134 to a
Sweet bowling.
123.
But the lead is 17.
Yep. Tim requires 2 marks, probably.
Douglas was able to chop 4 off of it. Remember, he had a fill coming out of the 8th, and gave back a few of those pins to LaPierre if they traded spares. Oh! That's the hay bale.
Woodside's been on the head pin, but hasn't gotten quality contact on it.
Nuts.
Tim with worse hit.
The pins give him the bird.
That's a terrible time for that. Woodside wraps the wood around 5-8.
That would go at a gentle house.
Well, Tim's capable of a double strike, but he needs one now.
Yep.
He's against the 10 bucks for a start.
That lady is warming up in the first string, and that's a 7. Yep. 20 pins.
That's what I had. That's what I had. Oh, now they're confirming against my scores. Oh boy.
Okay, that's a 2.
Yep.
Okay. Lead is.
But making up 20 pins, you're going to need a lot more. Tim needs a double strike.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No 8 pin. He has to re-rack this.
Yeah. Now he needs a double strike because he needs 22 total, even if Ed throws a 2, right?
You said it, Ralph. These are tough pins here at Central Park Lanes. They don't give you high scores just for showing up, the old adage.
All right, there's a missing 8 pin. That's what we're waiting for here. I think they're going to.
Yep, it's 20.
I don't know if he needs to reset again or not. I think yeah, 8. They're going to just throw a couple.
This does not count, of course.
Yeah, that's just to get some pins back into the cycle.
Yeah.
If the light were on,
yeah, it would.
The house rules are you get kicked out if you throw the ball with the light in. If you know it well enough.
Invisible on our camera here, but there is a sign behind that awning that says "Do not bowl when red light is on."
Yep.
In the most old-timey font you can imagine.
So some of the lights aren't connected though.
Yeah.
So you press the button and it's virtually on.
I mean, a light bulb would be trivial, but yeah, the actual wiring to the button is another thing.
Okay.
Or is the button disconnected?
We had a.
Is that what you're saying?
I took some heat here from Chucky, the owner, and the internet and the ATM was shut down for a couple days last month when and they assumed it was because of my Ethernet connections. It turns out it was a mouse that had eaten his way through the incoming cable.
What?
Yeah. So they replaced the whole network, of at least that cable, and things were up and running again. But we're on Wi-Fi tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well here.
Yeah,
minimal frame drop too. But we're upgrading our technology slowly but surely. It is helping, mind you.
All right, so we're in the last box here, but
suspended animation. Just as well. I need to get my bearings here. Let's go over what do we want to go over? The standings?
Yeah, let's look at the standings. So Central 2 came in with 128
Oh, they're already up there.
wins, or points. You get 2 points for a win, 1 for a tie, and that goes for total pins as well. There's four points awarded each night.
8 points.
8 points awarded each night. Four games if you want to think about it that way.
3 games in total.
This is week 31. So was that 100?
Put the
24.
Put the scores back there, but get a nice shot of that
200.
pin cam.
I guess that would mean 248 total points out of that. So you're missing the losses there, or the ties, whatever. You just
Right.
put the points.
All
You just put the points.
Yeah, all the
Put
teams
points
have played the
standard.
same amount of games. If they hadn't, of course, this would be a sillier graphic. But there you go.
But so Joey Stella back there working on the pin setter.
Another Channel 50 alumnus.
Takes a piece off the top.
And we were cheering the spare on
That's
22, even
Scott
though.
Lapierre's son. Switch over to our Lapierre.
I mean, we've covered Benjamin during the Pro Series before when Scott Lapierre had him as an ineligible partner. It was mixed doubles.
All right, I think the reset is there. Oh, 7 on that fill for Ben.
They're still cheering him.
All right. Scott Douglas is ready to deliver now.
Frame 10.
This is the first box. First ball, the 10th box.
Yeah.
First string.
Has to have a double after all that commotion.
Oh!
He did. He's alive, actually.
Oh. He has to have a double. So, yeah.
No spare, so
Okay.
hang on. Triple strike is on the table.
What a,
Yeah.
you know, we're announcers. We're not bowling. We can say it.
Yeah. As long as you don't say it too loud. Now, that is a 10 box for Woodside, which is significant because it guarantees Academy 3 1 point mathematically. I mean, we're talking about edge cases anyway. Edge cases. I'm such a statistician.
Okay. Well,
Douglas needs 2 more strikes that slice the points up. Otherwise, it's all.
2 to tie.
Otherwise, his first
Yes,
string's
that's it.
over.
Needs 30 in his 10th box to tie.
Capable.
Let's go, Jimmy.
Drama one time.
Oh. Coming, go. There it goes. Okay, congratulations. Academy 3 with the win, but these pins help keeping the total down to about 12 minus 1. So 11, right?
Yep. Gap is 11.
Okay.
And that will matter for the matches, Bob is saying here. So match points for
Final score 562 to 551. We'll double check those.
Yep. They were comparing against our totals, interestingly, but 551 I show confirmed here. Ouch. And what have we? I should have 116, 103, 117, 123, and 103. Woohoo! We got it. 11 pins. Second string starting in just a moment. All transfers being made. The ball racks don't fit all the balls all in one rack, so that's why we do it this way.
All right, and like Worlds, you got it right again, Greg. Goes.
Yeah.
Joey.
If I didn't get that Fenway Academy A+ accounting score right, I would never forgive myself. I would just be like, Bob, I quit.
All right, both bowlers on the 1-3 pocket, leaving diamonds.
Now,
Gosh,
I'm trying to figure out what happened there myself.
I think the ball shot through the two of them.
This Simon doesn't go either for pool in.
And the way the pin moved, I believe the pin shot through the two of them on that one. They're both firing those pitches too.
Parallel 10 for each.
That was almost exactly the same, but 10-10, early going.
There we go. Bring the scoreboard up. There we go.
It's like playing a game. It'll be 50 boxes bowled, right?
Pretty much.
We're now 2%
spread
through.
eagle.
38-mile-an-hour spread eagle from Joey Hutchinson of Sanford, Maine.
So how much did you learn about the story of Joey Hutchinson and how he came to be on this, substituting tonight, of course?
Yeah. Rich Limone had a high praise for him, and I don't know if you heard it. He has 2 house records, including a 778 series. And that one's at the Sanford.
For 5, presumably.
At Sanford. He bowls out a big 20 right now. He's carrying a 112 average.
We were just there in Scarborough a moment ago. There's that quality 10. Maybe
yeah.
that's the sort of shooting you wonder why.
Those are his. Only 20% of spread eagles turn into 10s for pro bowlers, and that was one of them.
There we go, Nardone. 19 for Poole and 20 for Hutchinson. Nardone and Limone, if I don't mangle the scoreboard, are up next. Last match, 15 marks to 14. It was really just a difference of 1 mark, and that was that single-digit victory that Academy 3 had. Limone drops out just the 6 pin. Nardone, get over 4. Yes, that's big break.
Huge fall on that 4 pin. He's got coverage. Coverage does not always yield what you expect. Let's see if he takes it. Boom. Yep.
Nardone had that chain of 3 marks in the last string. Going to start hot again. That's out for 6, I believe. Yep. So immediately Nardone gains 4 pins. Fifth place Central 2 versus 6th place Academy 3. Both of them comfortably on the right side of the playoff line at this point. Not guaranteed, I don't believe, mathematically. But just about there, we'd say. The old Bob Caleri, I presume.
Yeah, that's a wild one.
Yep.
All right, that pin serving is a little bit of a guide. He can miss right if he hit a miss. Doesn't need to. He hits it square for the spare.
Square and a spare. 29 on a ball. A great start for Mike. These pins here. That's very good for Limone. That turns it to 9.
Yep. It's not the ball speed is the problem. He says he feels good. He threw that last pitch 36 miles an hour out of his hand. That's on the high end for him.
Just goes to show how vital release timing is in this game. I think we got some earthquake on our pin cam here. That's not me, is it? Steve Lach. Dave Mallahan. So it's still a backup ball the way Lach throws it. Starlight 5. In reference to the Starlight bowling lanes in East Boston as well, former center, of course.
Okay, the guide on the side makes this one a little easier. Get some.
Hey, on the 3-pin direct.
Nothing touched it though.
3-6-9 taken out on Mallahan's side. And there's an 8 box for Lach. Can Hodge pin out more? He's going for the safe way out, and he matches the 8. Trying to go for the 2 pins on the left side. Get a more prudent out that way.
13-pin lead plus a ball for Academy 3, early going. This is our first of 5 trips through the order in string 2. Academy 3 won by 11 in string 1, despite the late bid by Tim Douglas.
It is notable that Academy 3 is neither the services of Pete Crawford, who's out due to injury, and nor J.B. Gauthier, Jason Gauthier Jr. I think it's just rotated out.
He's moved up to Maine.
He's up to Maine as well. Petey should be back in time for playoffs, we believe.
Yeah. That's what I asked him that directly today. He said he expects it.
Diamond in 10! Haji showing us how.
You saw it in the early going. He was just a little wild. He is on the money with every pitch now.
17 through 2 for Lach.
The lead is 14 plus another ball now. Two spares for Academy 3, none for Central. These are number 4 bowlers.
All right,
Scott Douglas.
So Academy 3 building a huge advantage considering it's only been 3 bowlers so far. Lost the yellow marks between total and game. They'll tell you the marks that are hanging on each side. Scott Douglas takes that 4. Chestercove's favorite. Dave Chestercove, vice president of the brand new Candlepin Bowlers Association that has just formed.
Yep.
Gives the players a chance to represent the game and really address some of the issues that they want to as well, around.
Including handicaps that are not specific to a single house. That is my favorite. As a multi-house bowler, I resent having to use my Millis average wherever I go.
Because of the scoring differences, of course, our viewers will know this from watching different houses how the pins behave differently.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not that I should take my Norwood average, which is 10 pins lower, but how about my Central average, which is 6 pins lower, or my Exeter average, which is 5 pins lower? It
is noticeable this was different, as LaPierre pins out 10. It is notable that this was attempted in New Hampshire at these sort of slope ratings, and I believe it was New Hampshire Candlepin Bowling Association that tried this where they tried to adjust averages based on house. And
okay.
that experiment did not go well. The reasons are not entirely clear to me, but I think there was just too much blowback for that.
I think if we do it right, we put everything on the table, house adjustments like golf courses have been doing it for years. They do it for the day even. You know, you put your date, the date that you played, and if it's a windy, crazy day and the pins are set back, nice. I hadn't.
Douglas
Scotty, yeah, he was going for the far.
Douglas
far
didn't
side
get on
there.
the setback where he wanted to. He wanted to be more on the red line at least, maybe lower.
Spare bid for LaPierre.
7 pin,
Got
gone.
it. Yeah, so if you are for more information on CBA, I would consult Candlepin Chat on Facebook. They have a form there. It's a Google Sheet to sign up, and they're taking Venmo. You know, a lot of the people I know have joined $25, I believe.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, it's important, really important. It's an association for the bowlers by the bowlers across the houses.
Yeah. Other forms of bowling have it. You know, Professional Bowlers Association most prominently, of course. It's about time. And, of course, the Dave Chestercove had attempted the U.S. CBA as well. Tim Douglas is the 179. That didn't pan out. Now Dave Barber, president of the CBA, and Dave Chestercove, vice president. We'll see how it pans out. Woodside pinning away at a split. Timmy's got the wood available. This 10's pretty simple for him. Woodside 10 as well. That's very well pinned out against the Eagle, -7. Great to see you all here. This is Candlepin Bowling Network, Facebook and YouTube. Just by watching the video, you're supporting us, you're supporting the bowlers, and supporting the game of Candlepin. If you wouldn't mind giving the video a like by hitting the thumbs up button on whatever platform you're watching on, we greatly appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
And again, just by having you here, thank you.
Especially to our Facebook viewers, we need a few thousand more thumbs up, you know, more likes. And we can't monetize our Facebook operation until we've had 10,000 independent likes.
Yeah.
We are well into the...
That's liking the page itself, exactly.
Just had our millionth view on YouTube since we... and we are monetized there. That's what paid for our trip up to the Worlds last year. We're trying to pay for better equipment. Our pin cam today is purchased, and that's an 8-drop from Woodside.
Yeah, this is extremely good head pin accuracy. Between all of them, there's only been one head pin miss on Academy 3's side in this string. Can't take that for granted against these skinny minis we play with.
More tricky wood in the corner. Nope. I think he wanted to hit it on the tip so that the ball would carry through.
Yeah, you hit it on the left side of the red line. It probably doesn't take. Is he going to try it this time? Oh, it was gone.
Yep.
The shot was on. 10 boxes for each.
Yeah, the right. Even the ribbon was a little tricky, but sometimes just hit the wood. Just hit the wood. See what happens.
Yeah.
A lot of things go. Round balls, round pins.
Yeah.
It's hard to precisely tell how they will work.
Nico Pujar's trying to get his due here, but I think in fairness, he's been posting a lot of short content recently on our Facebook page, Candlepin Bowling Network, where you should like and follow.
That's right. Nico is welcome to the team. Nico brought him on just a few weeks ago, officially. And
Missouri man.
I'm frequently sitting down watching YouTube late at night and just going through lots and lots and lots of content, and you end up seeing a lot of Levesque up there. He makes highlight reels that are just beautiful. They're really fun to watch. We need a little bit of that. We certainly have a lot of content.
Kate Finn and Carrie Frazier as well on TikTok. Strike! Joey Hutchinson. 3 for 3 on the head pin, and that was the best hit.
Yeah.
Pulling. Oh, almost a sweet slice of the 2-4-6.
I wonder how he got a 216. That's a 9 for Poulin. Poulin's last pitch, 39 miles an hour. He came up to me on the side, wanted to ask me how fast he was throwing. The answer is 38 and 39, most pitches.
Hutchinson's double strike! That's a way to make your presence known in the Friday Night Pro League. Joey Hutchinson.
Good.
And again, Poulin is shooting at the split. He actually put an even better ball on that.
Yeah.
Still hasn't solved it, unfortunately. Brutal game. He's missed this pin, but still nothing below a 9 in this one. So excuse me, this should be 50. Thought I'd copied that correctly. 50 plus 2 through 4. So we'll sit on that.
This one's about to have a lead change when those fills are done. Okay, unless Mike Nardone does something dramatic.
I remember Shaun MacDonald had a clutch double strike once for a match we broadcast with Central 2.
Okay, found a head pin.
It's a good hit, crossover side. He's got a chance at the split wood. Nardone.
No, it went right.
Oh, that wood was covering.
Yep.
He's 7 on that. Limone trying to get on the left side of the wood.
Oh.
Made the 6-10 with it.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the shot for Nardone, 10 box. Still pin perfect. And 10 pin.
Okay.
Got it.
Well, I think Limone's found his groove, though.
Yeah, notice how his tempo's quickened up.
That was three balls in a row right on the money. And
he wants to get right back in there and immediately throw some more just like that.
Nardone, 32 miles an hour on the 2-pin. That's a good one. It's a good one, but it won't take the 10.
Call this for me, Bob.
Okay, that's an 8 for Limone.
8 for Limone and a 10 for Nardone. Okay. And what was the fill on that? Sorry.
There's a spare for Nardone and an 8 for Limone.
Yeah, sorry. Limone had a 10 box as well. Excuse me.
Yep.
Better. I'm trying to find one more piece of equipment.
So we lose our camera? Is that?
Maybe. That was a slight oversight.
Do you want me to change the pin cam?
Only if necessary.
Okay. Okay. Spare bid coming up here now for Steve Lach. The wood is well out in front of the 8-pin. Hopefully you can see that pin cam in the camera I'm looking at. No, with distance comes a little bit of a roll of the dice. Mallahan takes 7. And Mallahan, who was on a fill. And that's it. The kingpin was the last to fall there for Mallahan. And Lach comes in hard on the 2-pin. Still has the 1-3-6. Got it. Got the head pin, picked it away. And that'll be a 9 for Lach. Number 4 bowlers now coming up. Second time through the order for Scott LaPierre and Scotty Douglas. LaPierre in red on your right on lane 20.
I've missed a score. I apologize. I'm an
Five
equipment emergency at the moment.
5 on that first ball. Douglas takes 9. LaPierre was on the mark.
5 out then, yeah.
Yep. And a spare for Douglas. LaPierre picks 2 out of the corner, leaves 2 more standing, the 7 and 8, 4 and 8. Do you want me to change the pin cam, Greg? If the pin cam is visible, I can unzoom it. Okay. 6 on the first ball from LaPierre. On the fill, Douglas takes 8 and has cover on his 6-10. LaPierre will be open, picks out the 6-pin. That same ball would do it for Douglas. Let's see. Yep. Hit it on the tail. That was the surefire way to take it out. He gains 3 right there. 7 for LaPierre. Unofficially a 17-pin lead for Academy 3. Remember, Joey Hutchinson, the #1 bowler, on a double strike. That's the green mark you see on the upper right-hand side for Central 2. These the anchor bowlers. Ed Woodside from Academy 3 comes in right of the head pin, drops a Caleri. Douglas, boy, that was a 189 plus. The plus is the 2 and the not much better. Okay. Douglas the check mark +2. Hit it where he wanted to, but scatters things to the winds. Okay, so that'll be a pair of 9s for the anchor bowlers. Woodside punches through, leaving the 2 and 3. Basically a spread eagle minus the 10. Minus the 7, sorry. Spread eagle to match plus a talon for Douglas. Woodside takes 2 from the left side. Douglas takes 2 from the left side. All right, a 9 for Woodside. And a 7 for Douglas.
Nine for Woodside and 7 for Douglas. Thank you very much for bearing with me while I fix that. Here's the full scoreboard on your screen now. Stand by for Joey Hutchinson's double striker coming on up.
That's right.
Do you mind photographing the
Yeah,
Academy?
let's see if we can get our scores confirmed here.
Hutchinson on that double strike. Gets only 6.
Okay. That's 6. That's 26.
Set back right for Poole, and he's a 5 for 5 on the head pin.
In the third. And it'll be a 17 on the fourth. It'll be open in the fifth.
63 through 4, and there we go. Oh, the spinning wood didn't work out. That flat piece of wood.
Okay. A 9 for Hutchinson.
6, 7, 9. Pretty good follow-up.
And a 10 for Pooling.
fill of 8, so Nardone's actually on 57.
Oh, man, Hutchison back to his ways. Blisters 9. And Poulin takes his turn at the strike wheel. Okay, wow. A lot of wood help there. He had wood, a guide, and then a piece behind the guide. He hit the second piece of wood that guided him into the first piece of wood that took the pin. And he smiled and gave fist pumps to everybody. So Central Park closed the lead down to 8 at the moment, right?
I'm looking through.
Yep.
Excuse me.
It's like unofficially we're at 230 to 222. Greg's checking the scores though. Rich Limone and Mike Nardone, the number 2 bowlers. 5th box, 2nd string. We're at the halfway point here. Friday Night Live. All right. Big out balls coming. Big out balls. 7 pins standing on lane 20 and 6 on lane 19. Here comes Limone. Nope, that one was wide right. Looked like he had his groove back a moment ago. Nardone does find his head pin. He picks up. So that's going to be a 3
versus an 8. Yep.
And an 8. 5-pin gain and a 4-pin lead overall right now for Academy's 3.
Yep. Finally got that entered in properly.
Piece, but Academies are both strikes, and Central 2s are both spares. Okay, Nardone back on the head pin. Has that 6 triangle, the one that he made in the first string. More of a don't miss ball there. Nardone on it. 2 for 2 on those 6 triangles for the truck drivers from Grafton. Mike Nardone, sometimes announcer and an A bowler in the ACST.
A+ smile too.
Yeah, and he's just oozing with charisma. Mike Nardone is.
Academy 3 still with the advantage here and the extra mark.
And a 6-pin lead now for Academy. Steve Lach. Open. Punches a washout.
The wrong way triangle for Mallahan.
That's the, do you call that one the 8 triangle, the upside down triangle?
I call that worse than that.
That's the 4 and the 5 in the front, 8 in the back.
This can go, it really requires a slice.
It's like the end. You have to chop it over.
That's the idea. It was just a board or 2 to the left.
Yeah, he was trying to bounce that 4-pin into the 8-pin in the back, and it could have rebounded into the 5. Both bowlers take an 8.
So 7 fill, 8 box for Mallahan on that.
It's a 53.5 for Mallahan and a 43.5 for Lach. Okay, that one came up a little bit. The whole thing was left.
It's all the way to the right. It's a conventional leave the unconventional way. The 4 horsemen did result somehow. Would you pass me that? Thank you. 1, 3, 8, 9, 10. Not a bad crack at this, actually.
Just a little thin, yep.
Still depends to get the 3, 8, 9. 4 horsemen. Mallahan close. Again, a board left of where he wanted to go.
All right, that's a good 9.
Yep, 2 accurate shots out of that. It was a tricky thing he left himself for, so only loses the 1 pin in the process.
Okay, but Academy's lead now up to 14. We're just past the halfway mark here in string 2 of 3. Academy 3 won the first string by 11.
The edge is really the pinning right here. 13 of these 14 pins come from the pinning alone for Academy 3's lead.
Great ball from Douglas. Takes the 4 down late. Leaving just the 10. And that's a pocket 4 for LaPierre.
It's 54 through 4 for Scott. He's having a really good evening for himself. He's got the 10 pin, 3 straight.
Throwing that left to right ball. It had plenty of spin on it, almost went too far. But
and remember, he had a 134 previous. LaPierre, twice accurate, nothing doing though. He's got a worse leave now for the 3rd ball. Too thin, too full.
He caught it. Cut it on the board. That was a took a good look at the 5 and the 10, but that'll be an 8.
On a spare is Scott. It's good. The Phil's high again.
All right.
Phil's have 8, 9, and 8.
5 and dime remaining.
I'd get more excited, but I don't want to psych him out. Too full for LaPierre. He's got a cases of the punchies, which sounds like a terrible knockoff breakfast cereal. Scott, any chance of using the wood?
Yes, he did. He played the tip. That was intended.
Right tip of the wood.
Absolutely intentional.
For the 4th straight mark. That'll be a fun memory to sit down on. LaPierre trying to throw less into more. Wood and back didn't do him any favors.
Okay, there's been a lead change. Both teams with 2 marks on the board. Central 2 at 296. Academy 3 will be at 289. So that's a 7-pin lead.
Yeah, who needs pinning when you've got Scott Douglas? I mean, seriously. Single digits.
Great. Just that was a truly great shot.
Is now a great time to mention my camera nearly ran out of battery?
Well, you know, you were down there doing something. I figured it out when you started pulling out the
Tim
extension cord.
Douglas powers down a strike.
He does not need an extension cord. He just rips a 42-mile-an-hour strike, just like the one he closed things off with in the 10th box of the first string.
His arm is the extension cord.
There's a lot of watts coming out of that guy. Is it watts or is it amps? I don't know.
Gigawatts.
Power is measured in...
That's watts.
Watts, yeah.
Yeah.
Amps is volume?
Woodside faces a lot of resistance from that frame. He gets a 7 box, 45 at the half.
I never got that metaphor quite straight.
You missed my reference just then. The Phil is 6 so far on the strike for Douglas.
Okay.
Ed's powered down 8, 4, 8.
Another good look at a spare for him. Second ball on the fill.
Overcuts it.
Yep. That's an 18.
Overthrown, rather. There you see a 54 half. Woodside's try. Got it.
Nice. Puts a little end to that rally.
9, smack.
Central 2 comes out of the 3rd time through the order with a 17-pin lead. First time I think they've changed sides in the lead.
Yeah. So still a chance to get these 6 match points.
The lead is 17 minus
An extra
a strike, basically. Both teams have 2 spares.
Right.
And when they set up, Steve Poulin will be filling his strike. And Jay Hutchinson, who's going to be on our left, will be working on a spare.
Poulin is 6 for 6 on the head pin, by the way.
That's right.
LaPierre maybe as well. I missed a frame in here.
Poulin had a lot of splits.
Yes. They had a strike the last time. Now he's going to try the elsewhere. Try the elsewhere. Yes, that's a sentence.
That was 40, by the way, from Joey Hutchinson. That's twice I've measured him over the 40 mark. So welcome to the 40-mile-per-hour club. I think twice means you do it. Twice in competition.
Limone likes the heavy throwers, noted.
Yep.
This is overthrown, unfortunately. Everything stays put.
Well, you can teach accuracy. You can teach spin. I don't know if you can teach speed.
8 fill, 8 box for Steve Poulin. 4 horsemen. Got 3 of them. That's not bad.
Right.
Who needs the head pin anyway?
16 pins the difference.
I know I'll be using that tactic extensively when I join Ryan's Summer League.
All right, that's the Chester Cove.
You betcha.
Is the cove, the Chester Cove there where the 3 is? Is it a cove in the bay?
I
don't know.
It's for Dave Chester Cove.
Well, I know that's just because he doesn't like it. But I mean, nobody likes it.
No, he does. It's his favorite leaf.
No, he says that ironically.
Oh. Well, you got unironically amped about it on New England Candlepins. I don't understand.
Okay, that's.
By the
that
way,
was 10.
By the way, now that I finally got my Candlepin Hall of Fame editing, which you all really should watch, there's a playlist out there.
Mm-hmm.
Just go to any Hall of Fame video we have on Candlepin Bowling Network. You can see the playlist in the description. You can click there and watch through everything. Now that I finally got that done, Franklin TV, are we going to get New England Candlepins? Please.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in the first round of that. Maybe I advanced past it.
Yeah.
I was in the 1 versus 16 match.
I know. I'm sitting in the worst seat in the house right now.
Okay, Mike Nardone with 2 on his spare.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Limone's found the range.
I think he just found something. That was a different delivery from him. A little.
Yeah.
I don't think his rotator cuff is in the right slot exactly. So he just changed his slot on that last pitch, and it was perfect.
It's gone.
Again, right there. That's 2. I think he's had a breakthrough. That was a big spare.
It's a second spare. He's gained a lot of pins, too. That's 5, isn't it?
He gets a mock cheer, but critically, his team holds on to the lead and it will be growing.
Yep, got a confirmation to my left. Yeah, it is 5. Nardone.
All right, that's a pretty good working ball. 1 and 8 remain. Came in on the 3 pin. Oh no. Okay. That one. His arm was in the same slot, so that wasn't the only solution.
So in the slot, I'm still not sure what you're seeing.
I'm seeing that he. All right. So if you look at his take back, his arm does not go back into, say, the slot that a Waters or a Corey Packard would go into, where his arm is all the way under. He closes down on it. That's a place where the ball is, or his motion is splitting. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. It's splitting and darn it.
Yep, he gave back the 5 pins in effect. Yep. Pinning gap is only 7 at this point, though.
He's had a number of wild pitches as a result of it coming down in the wrong slot.
Despite that, his team has the lead. 1 mark each. And again, all injury, it's not pejorative. It's just the way it is.
Yep. At this point, I'm incapable of being sensitive.
I thought you retired from state testing.
I love the game. I love education. I measure it because I love it.
Educational. Hey, we're on public access TV now on WON Sports with Candlepins for Cancer. So hey, we can do it that way.
Spare here now. He's got 4 pieces of wood to play.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there was gap. There was room on the right
Found
side.
the run. Yeah, he hit the cap on it, shot it off, didn't touch the other 3. All right, Lach also open. These are the number 3 bowlers. 4th time through the order out of 5. Pair of 10s.
Any chance I can sit closer to you?
Yeah.
Everybody's riding me like a mechanical bull this evening. Sorry, that's TMI, folks, out there. Good to have you all watching live.
The friendly confines. It's an old church here from the 50s. Mallahan never quite got that one on the head pin. It was moving, like you said, like you noticed. Even though he throws a right to left spinning ball, his ball's coming from the left. That one never quite touched the head pin. Decent look here. No.
Oh, ringing around the 6.
Hit the 1-3 pocket a little full. And that 3-1. The five pin never touched.
I think our audience is wised up to the fact that YouTube's higher quality than Facebook. Most of our viewers are there, actually.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, there's advantages to watching on YouTube. You can pinch in on the screen. So if you see a number that,
on mobile,
if you're looking on your phone even, so I recommend you watch it on a high definition television. But if you're watching on a phone, you can pinch in and see exactly what the score is and what frame they're in and stuff like that. You can't pinch in on a Facebook video. Here are our number 4 bowlers, Scott LaPierre for Academy 3, Scotty Douglas. Okay.
That's 7 out. The 9 pin's there as well. That
got a little away from him.
Douglas. Oh, I thought he hit that full. Actually, he gets a 7.
It looked like a spread eagle from the moment you let go of it, but right side collapsed.
29 over.
Boom.
LaPierre gets it to go, 139. His second mark of this string. Scott Douglas.
He's on
Ran
it, but
outside too thin.
Yep. Good. Well called, Craig.
There's the 10.
All right, we're 401 to 378.
Douglas has more spares than he does no mark frames. 10-7.
Lead 23 minus this ball. How about 2 of them shaken, 1 falls.
Just so 6, I guess.
17 pin lead now.
This is 4 out for Douglas.
Academy 3 won game 1. I think it was by 11. 562 to 551. My memory serves.
Just on the 3-6 for LaPierre. 4 horsemen, 8 and 9. Yeah. If there were 2 other horsemen, what would they be called?
The 6 horsemen?
It
would be called the Bud Light draft horses. I don't know. It's a team. It would be a team of horses. I think that's 8 horses that would carry a draft.
Okay.
All right, that was a 9.
Stick with that.
Lead under 20. It's 18.
Don't like to see Scott off the head pin all of a sudden, but the 9 is there. He came in.
Yep.
So again, Central 2 still nursing a significant advantage in this string. And a chance to contest at the very least for the 3rd.
Ed Woodside has the only mark on the board. This
Here
is
it comes. Head pin, splat.
All right.
7.
He hates the leave, loves the 7, or likes the 7 anyway.
Yeah. One of the most. Woodside's generally very stoic, but he can be very emotive when he doesn't like the break. Wood is available, though, and he's actually sent it behind.
Yeah, you saw a similar leave earlier from Scott LaPierre. You have to go really deep on that when the wood's out on the on the 4-7. You have to go deep, almost into the gutter. It's dangerous.
Cookaine's pinned here.
Yeah.
Timmy for the out. Missed it, 6.
Okay. So he gained 7 on the fill and another 3 there. I believe it's single digits. It is. It's 8 pins.
Yep. So the string again, 2 match points for the winner of each string, 2 for total.
Crossover beauty, but
the 5-8-7 dropped one after the other to 9 stands. That went from very, very bad.
Oh no! Speaking of bad leaves. Okay, he needs a bounce. He doesn't get it. Yeah, he was right.
He was aiming for the pin. 3-4-6.
No.
Twice accurate. 10 for Woodside. Woodside's been on the head pin more than not, just having a tough go of it.
Right. So the lead is 7. Woodside.
We'll confirm.
Woodside picks up 11 pins in that trip. We'll check with our official scores.
Can you just... Sorry. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through.
We're whispering and trying to...
Taking the headsets with us on the go. I got the central scores confirmed as you see them.
Okay.
We got 83, 92, 82, 80, and 81.
Pretty consistent scores. We are confirmed, and it's a 7-pin lead. We have basically a string to play.
Yeah. Woodside call that any hits? The answer is no. Nobody's got any. Simple as that.
Man of the moment, Joey Hutchison, who started with a double strike earlier.
Oh.
Ugh.
That pin is down by rule, but it's still a bad leave. 247, 369 for Poulin. Hutchinson, 5 pins to get, now 3. Poulin cuts it ridiculously. The 9 drops 2. I guess the 3 pin was the hardest part, but what a bid. 10 for Joey.
Yeah, he's throwing a Jalbert-like ball.
Jalbert, an ICC finalist, that portends well. That's a very quality 10 for Poulin. Honestly, he's only had 1 strike, so this 93 through 9 is extremely deceptive considering Steve's been generally on his objects more than not. A lot of splits as well.
Crosses over.
Hutchinson's got a nice leave.
Beauty.
Poulin, outpost. Okay. First time I think we've had a look at this one, to my knowledge. 6-9.
Nope.
He was worried about going on the inside because then Hutchinson could deflect it off the wood. That's why he played it there. Poulin's try. It's on the head pin, very full. Not going to carry a corner. Pins might matter. Hutchinson's got 9.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to throw a third ball away now, that's for sure.
Okay, no blood there.
9 apiece, that is to say.
Well, you go into a round and see if anyone gets cut. No one got cut.
Joey Hutchinson's doing 242 right now. Steve Poulin's on 218 through the 2. Over to Nardone and Limone.
Lead still 7 for Central 2.
Yeah. Pinning gap is 9 in favor of Academy, 3 by the way. So both sides have 9 marks, interestingly, in the string.
Okay.
3 out for Limone to begin. Nardone has the head pin and a 3-6.
Hit it thin, but the ball worked its way through the head, through the kingpin and into the back. So we left him with the 3-6. Yeah.
Limone just needs to throw a strike ball here. He's taking out 3 more. Still, it's intact. Nardone.
Fair bit.
Oh, thought his ball takes it.
Yep. There's a spot for everyone where you're going to punch it through. It doesn't matter how much spin you put in there.
Even though he's got the left-right ball, he just arcs it in so nicely. That's 6 is a 9 for Limone. Nardone can't get the extra stick, so it's 9 apiece.
All right, still 7-pin difference. These are second bowlers. We have 7 frames to play, so Academy 3 can tie it by picking off 1 pin per box.
Limone's crossed over on this one, check mark. Wood is wiggling to 10. Nardone strike!
Don't need no stinking ones. We got strike ball. He's going to see an 11th rack or a 12th if he makes another one.
Wouldn't that be something?
Nardone at 111 plus his fill balls.
If Limone doesn't match the mark, then the lead swings, probably.
Nope.
Gets away, 3rd ball. Easy to punch through on this check mark as well, so it's not an easy one.
Nope. I'm going to have to look at it in slow motion. It's something very in that slot. That was it. He got it. Perfect
yes,
ball.
10.
You've seen about 7 perfect balls from him and about 7 wild pitches. That was an 80.
Can Nardone swing the string lead as well? With 3 bowlers still to go after this. Strike Phil.
Okay.
Not a good start, but another ball.
Lead is down to 5 for the moment. Should be seeing a don't miss ball here. Oh, he goes right on the head pin in. It is tied.
Curled it into the 1-3. What a time for a 7 fill.
Okay, our number 3 bowlers of 5.
Mallahan and Lach. Mallahan's had 5 marks. Lach has only had 1. Looking to find the range on the head pin. Close, 1-3-6-7. Good working ball.
That one is on it.
Mallahan's got a triangle. These triangles have been going more than not, I'd say. Usually we estimate about 1 and 3 on those.
Well, 45%.
Oh, 45?
It's about.
Smack on the head pin.
It's in the neighborhood. People feel like it's 1 in the 3, but it's 45.
How about getting these 3?
Okay.
Skinny on the object pin. It bounces lamely in front of the 4 pin.
Yeah, remember, we've seen 3 made, and I think we've seen 2 missed, if I remember.
3-6 taken out for Lach. That's 9.
Our match is tied.
Finish with there.
Now a lead goes back to Academy 3.
Yep, that 1 pin is the lead now. Greg Gouillart, that's Bob Lee, our executive producer here at Candlepin Bowling Network. Live on Facebook and YouTube, one way or another. By hook or by crook. Lach. Found the head pin. 6 is all that stands.
His best ball in a while. That was a 36-mile-an-hour pitch right on the 1-2 pocket.
Lach there has to go high.
Okay.
Mallahan's got the check mark.
I think.
Has to go high on this wood. That'll do. Red line's fine.
That's a big spare, obviously.
Took him 10 bucks as he got there.
Oh, no.
And
Hold
he
that one.
has a big opportunity coming up.
These 3 pins are important, too. 2 or 3 of them.
To maintain a tenuous 1-pin advantage. Got them.
Yep. All right.
10 from Mallahan. Mike Nardone, by the way, 221. Dave Mallahan, 219. Rich Limone is at 161, and Steve Lach at 192, but he can go north of 200 if he can get a big count here. He took his time with this one and found the head pin for 7.
A lead change, and it's now 6. So we've seen 2 lead changes already in this final round through the order. Second string, 2 points on the line. Greg, the difference is it was the number 5 and number 7 teams in the playoff hunt. Yeah,
I think they were saying, "Let's go, Red Scott."
Let's go, Red Scott. That's good. That's good. Black Scott is up. Scotty Douglas down
but
the
he's
middle.
Oh, never mind. Diamond.
That is a diamond. Yep. There are no marks on the board.
LaPierre's
on
the head pin, 3-2 split.
Diamond's a little bit easier than that 3-2. 3-2 is probably under 5%. I don't have real numbers. Diamonds are going at about 27. They're hard, but you almost don't want to call them a makeable spare.
LaPierre. That looks like the spot. He just narrowly missed the 3-pin.
He just made the 6, 7, 10.
1 board or 2, right, Bob?
Yeah.
Scotty gets the 10.
And he's going to pick up 2 more there.
All right, 8 in the string. Once it hits double digits, of course, then you start hitting the mark required territory.
499 to 491. 8-pin lead. Blackjack Scotty.
The comic on the back of the Central Park shirt reads, "Leave the bowling balls, take the cannon." An outlaw scene.
Good timing on that one.
8.
Geez, Scotty Douglas, like absolutely perfect, but leaves the 5 and 8.
He's having one of those days.
And the
Central
wood
needs this.
The wood out front is just frankly hideous. He's going to have to hit it high, I think. He's going to have to pop it in the nose, right in the eyeball. Above the nose. Nope.
He does throw a left or right ball, but unfortunately the wood tripped it anyway.
Oh,
unless it rolls off the blade edge. But unfortunately the 5-pin fell the wrong way.
I don't think it was there.
LaPierre, as the ball to take the half Worcester, didn't though. Didn't carry all the way through.
Still got some wood issues. I don't think that's connected. going to have to make it hard. Yeah.
Well, that's the sort of frame we're done shooting at, huh?
That was 3 really good balls. And look at that. It's still the helicopter tapped it once.
Goodness.
And just moved back.
That's a mundane occurrence in duck pin, but we seldom see candlepins just twirl around like that endlessly.
All right. So no blood there. The lead is 8. Let's go, Red Sky. That's funny. That was funny. Now it's the man in black is Tim Douglas. 2020.
Oh, and pin 5 drops as well.
2023 Easter
here.
Classic champion.
Woodside's only got 2 marks, looking for more. Now would be a great time for it. Again, head pin accuracy has been good. Timmy
got it.
Got the single. Yes, the 4-pin does go this time.
See that one out of the hand.
Yeah.
Right on the money. And that's
it's going to take out 2 more for 8.
Yeah, those pins are exactly the same size as everything else, but they hold metaphorical significance.
I will say, I think Academy 3 had the better head pin percentage in this string, if just at an eyeball glance. But Central Park 2's just got so much power, including with Hutchinson they've brought in late. Not to mention the Douglas brothers. There's the 4 horsemen.
He wiped out the mini rack and left the 4-pin standing. 4 horsemen.
Yeah. It's funnier when you leave the mini rack. Kris Winiarz did that fairly recently here at CPL. He's not bowling with Central 2 this evening. Ooh, 3 of the 4. Where's the wood going? It just straddled each other. That was ridiculous.
They got tangled.
3 and 1 split for Woodside doesn't work out, and that is that. For this second string, Douglas 10 and Woodside 9, and that's a 2-2 match point match going in.
17 the difference there, so total pins, I have a 6-pin difference for Central 2. Yeah, that matches our score, but let's see if the official scores agree with us.
If I drop my phone, nothing will happen. Let's see here. 125 makes 242 for Joey Hutchinson. 80 makes 161 for Limone. 98 makes 199 for Steve Lach. 127 makes 261 for Scott Douglas, and 104 makes 222 for Tim Douglas. That's all confirmed on my side.
Okay. For Academy, 102 for Steve.
102.
118, 102, 97, and 98.
Perfect.
Okay, we're off in the 3rd. That means it is a 6-pin lead now for Central 2.
Yep, I'll bring that pin cam back in just a moment, folks.
1 game apiece, so you see the 2s at the top of the board.
In a second. They don't see a darn thing right now.
Nope.
There it is. Hutchinson gets a mark to begin. Poulin is just getting very little pin luck so far here. Has a 10. And let's bring this back. Doink.
Got the. Now you can see the pin cam. We're all back in order. Candlepin Bowling Network with Greg Gouillart and Bob Lee.
Hi, I'm Greg.
Steve Poulin finds the head pin on the left-hand side.
Ooh, 1-3? No, 1-8.
Another.
That's 8.
So Hutchinson's been timed from 38 to 42 miles an hour on his various pitches. A little more variation than we usually see. First time I've seen him, and it has been really good. A nice 39 mile an hour pitch there for the spare. That's 2 of them. Central, who was down throughout the first string and trailed for most of the second string, came back in the 7th and the 8th, and after briefly giving the lead back, won by, 17 pins. Behind a Tim Douglas spare in the 9th and many others.
Get over 5, thank you. Nardone's got the 4-7.
Looks pretty good. The wood's a little tricky with the head there.
Limone splits 3-4-6.
Oh no, it doesn't split.
Oh, okay, 3-6.
The left side ripped. Nardone goes,
left side of the wood.
Yeah, well, yeah. You can't go too far left on that.
He's not coming, Bob. Limone It's that shot. It's the left to right shot.
9 for Nardone.
Maybe I'm shouting Eureka too soon, but it does seem to be a bit of a trend there.
Nope.
It's 8.
Yep. Nope.
This is Candlepin Bowling Network, Facebook, and YouTube. Hey, if you haven't had the chance, please like the video just by hitting that thumbs up button you see there. Either way, just by watching our videos, you're doing us real solid here, so thank you very much for tuning in.
One of my secret dreams, not that secret, because I talk about it on the air.
You're literally broadcasting it, okay.
Is to take bowlers into the camera room. You can see, I can see some things, but now after several years of bowling at a higher level, I had a spare from Nardone, beautiful. I can see things, but to show them to another bowler, to show them to a bowler who's going through a slump like Rich, he's basically in a serious recovery,
the
serious
science,
injury.
The sports science, basically, of this game.
Just like we did, I did it in golf. We had a place on Route 1 where we'd go in and they'd take super slow-mo pictures of us, and you could just see exactly what was happening. Now, Limone, he's not, I don't know if it's hurting, but he's not getting it up all the way into the slot.
First zero box in Pro League history. Right?
2 balls.
We're throwing 3 balls. He just threw 2 gutter balls.
It's only 2 balls. Yeah, it was actually cheering from Central, too, on that one, just then.
Get it up to here. He's not getting it all the way up.
Yeah. It's taking a long time with this one as well.
Way too long to totally cycle.
Yeah, that was, no.
It gets away, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's not finding the slot. And, yeah, everyone's feeling for him. That was a 0. He hit reset, but it didn't do anything.
Yeah. I'll say one thing and then we'll move swiftly on. It's the analogous to Olympic diving board, like looking down on the jump before making the jump, and the longer you take, the less likely it is you go because you psych yourself out.
It's an unusual throw to begin with, but
so are many people's, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
he has to find his way where he can do it comfortably, get into that slot, and release it the way he's done since he was a little boy.
But again, and Lach pimped it as well on the lane. Oh, don't worry, folks. The adequate amount of teasing is being doled out.
Hodge-Mallahan finds the right side of the 3-pin.
There's an 8 drop. Here to pick up a mark. Central 2 again still ahead in this match. 310 is gettable. Is the wood actually lined up, you think? Oh wait, I can look here.
It's all right. Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
it is back there. Missed the object though.
The other side. Yep.
Mallahan, it looked like it slipped out a little on the release, so he gets 1 pin out of this. That's 8. Lach gets 9. Safe way out with the plank in front. Quintessential Candlepin. It was Drew Steele actually saying in the chat, the pins are worth their weight in gold.
That would be like $73,000, I think.
Yeah.
Or probably more, $700,000. Well, they weigh 2 pounds 8 ounces, I believe.
2.5, yeah.
Yeah.
I should call this like Drew Steele. And Mr. Steve Lach right there in the pocket with a magnificent 2-2 split. 3-4, 6-7.
Mallahan trying to find his way.
Love you, Drew.
Boom.
Oh, boy. Just
on
4
the
out for
inside of
Mallahan.
that 3 slot. Lach smoothly picks off the 6 and 10. Looking to take 2 pins back.
No way. Candlepin was a Jeopardy clue today? Oh, my God. Alan Blanchard with a heads up on that. I'll be looking at the Jeopardy archive. You better not make a liar out of me, Alan, but that's fantastic. They probably showed the same stuff. No, it's an actual video clip and everything.
So in terms of
my God, TikTok and between TikTok and us, we're going places. I'm letting this go straight to my head. And it's you people watching.
It's a 1-pin lead for Academy 3 in red right now. This is a tight one.
LaPierre's tied in on the pocket for 9.
And we're not sure. There's a question on the feed about how much the wrist injury is affecting Limone.
I bet you that's Nico.
It's not the wrist that's hurting him, he says, but it's the slot.
Yes.
Obviously. So it's like Lefty Grove, right? Lefty Grove injured his arm, but he had an injury to his foot. Wow.
I don't think the wood actually was doing Scott any favors there. Scott Douglas, that is.
Spare for Scott LaPierre. Red Scott, as he'll be known from now on.
Black Scott down has 10 pins. You're welcome. He had a 261 coming into this, so possible 400 if he can keep the trajectory up.
139.
Oops.
Hey, LaPierre, when he misses,
3.
sometimes it just comes out. He throws from the right side and it just goes way over left.
Scott, he's looking for similar luck to Woodside when he had that 5.87 just all crumble. Instead, that's what Scott Douglas is looking at. And this wood is, we'll check in on that in a second, see where it stops. The 5.8 is trivial. I don't know how anything's going to take out the 7.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be things ricocheting. We can't predict how.
Let's
Watch
play
it.
pinball.
Boom.
Or, I guess, nothing's
The
trivial.
ball did shoot back behind it.
Well,
Didn't touch a thing, though.
no, you don't get a rebate on that ball, unfortunately, even though it is going to come back manually. A 9. LaPierre's going to get the same treatment, by the way.
Okay. Another pin. That doubles the lead to 2. Academy 3.
Yeah.
74-72.
Yep, I need a check on the LaPierre, Phil, excuse me.
Oh,
Ed Woodside and Tim Douglas, come on up. And Woodside gets 8 on this one, 5-9. Phil was 3 on that, we'll update accordingly. Spare.
and another ball.
And Woodside with his 3rd mark. Douglas runs it down. Yeah. I mean, Ed Woodside had the more accurate frame there. He got the head pin first, but it's only the 2nd ball. That's all that counts for the spare.
Well, if you miss the head pin, you're
twice as likely.
You're twice as likely. Yeah, you're twice as likely to have a spare.
And remind me, it's like 44% to 22, or is it 36-18? I forget.
I think it's close. It's closer to 50% if you hit the head pin if you're a pro.
Okay, so I think it was
48-24 maybe.
Something like that.
But only 12% of the leaves, if you miss the head pin, are actual makeable spares.
Yeah.
It's just the pros make so many when there's wood combos and things that happen. That's Channel 5 bowlers. Anyway.
6 and 7 are the fills. Got those.
Douglas takes a good extra look at this one. He hit it just where he wanted
5-9.
to. Yeah, you move that piece of wood. And
there's the 10.
It whiffed on the 10 pin.
And 10 for Tim Douglas. Here we see it in this final string, single digits each side. Overall in the match, it's 28 marks to 28, in fact. Pinning gap is 20 in favor of Academy 3. Central 2 with their heavy hitting. And of course, don't forget that Joey Hutchinson double strike from earlier as well.
That's right. That was critical in that.
It's the reason they're ahead right now, tentatively.
He ended up with a 26 and an 18 in that.
Yeah, it was 6-7-9, I think it was.
6-7-9? No, so 7.
16, yep. Phil, 7 Phil, 9 box.
So 53, and the average double strike is a 54 for pros, if I recall.
Here he is alongside Steve Poulin.
So when you get a double strike, it's like getting an extra 34 pins.
This time doesn't get all the pin action you want to, but still, 6 is still pretty decent.
Oh!
Bullen's got a break about darn time. 1-3. Hutchinson ran it down.
Wow.
1-3, 8 and 10.
I like what I've seen of this Joey Hutchinson.
I would like to subscribe to the Joey Hutchinson show. Well, that's not possible, but you can subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network by hitting the subscribe button on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube.
I was going to make a joke about his shorts, but I have shorts just like that. So I used to be a golfer, so
yeah,
I have them.
Head pin 6. Yikes.
Wish I had a ball like that. I'd trade those shorts in a minute for that.
It was actually a much better ball. He got the same 6 fill anyway. Bullen's fill is 8, and he's got a bad leave, unluckily.
Look at that.
Trying to run this down.
The way he turned that one.
I think the pin was off the curtain. It's hard to come back from that, but would have been fair if it had gone. Bullen. Nope. Steve can't get the corner to shoot across. Now this.
That was not good.
Wait,
that's an 8. Yep.
As always, bowlers make the call. Sure, we're pointing a camera, but they're always sportsmanlike about it. And Steve Houlihan's pin perfect through the first 4.
Joey also has some cool tats. I noticed he's got a anchor, like a Navy anchor. He comes from Maine. Must be in the maritime industry somewhere. Maybe a Navy guy.
Oh yeah, the other Village People song.
All right, here's Limone. Right.
Exam here, 3 pins. Mike Nardone got the head pin, 2-4-6, and that's on a fill. So the fill now puts Academy 3 momentarily in the lead.
Okay.
Wanted the 2 pin on that one.
Nope, that one missed right. All 3 balls, just a little right that time.
All right, so a dozen pins for Academy 3, still a couple of marks off. That's on the
Yep, it's 4th in a row on there.
Nardone. Got it.
Nice ball.
Triangle 6. That 9 pin will not drop. And there's that triangle. It started becoming a little trickier in recent times.
There it comes.
That's
that
a good ball. 7 pin will not cooperate.
Everybody was wishing for that one.
Nardone gets it.
Beautiful spare. That's the 3rd of 3 on the 6 triangle for Nardone.
I wish I could have heard that banter. And 10.
Okay, good. That was all right. 2 of those balls we're back on the money now. Limone, I'm saying he had about 7 wild pitches and 7 perfect balls during that second string. He's not far from it, but he's got to work it out. Got to work it out. Steve Lach, that really deliberate first step that just accelerates into a 35-mile-an-hour pitch.
Hodge's got 5. 1, 2, 4, 8. Here it is.
Nice one, nice one.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I'd have Steve throw at that any day. With way his ball just curves in, it's perfect.
Interesting, yeah. No, there was a crumble in the back on the 8 pin. Okay, Central picks up 3 there. Its lead is down to
9 in the string.
Minus, well, each team has a spare, but Lach is coming right here. Oh, nice. A little too full.
Then.
Yep.
Will the 10 drop at least?
Nope.
It almost did. It was wilted like almost all the way. 5 on that fill.
Lead is down to 4.
Lach at a 3-2 split. Just to the left of the object. Mallahan cleans up a bunch of them anyway. Pinning should be relatively anticlimactic on this one. Lach gets 9.
These teams are really well matched at the moment. Just the tension here.
Yeah. A little worried about Hodge's third ball. It's starting to get away. He's trying to slice that pin, really, and it's losing a pin every now and again.
Remember, he came out in the first 4 to 6 boxes, frankly, wild for him, and then came back. He had 3 marks in the next several. He was right on the money. Virtually everything he looked at, he was hitting on from the angle he wanted.
These are the standings coming in, so Academy 3 will not pass Central 2 tonight. And it seems as though the places are solidifying here. Central 3 still way out in front. They're 17 ahead of Exeter with 32 points remaining. We'll have more updates on that.
4 weeks.
Not during this broadcast, but certainly on our page when we get a chance.
Okay, check mark versus the rail.
It's a good crack at that.
Yep.
Scott's been accurate throughout. Scott has also been accurate throughout.
Oh, no. Yeah, both of them just a little thin on their object.
So a 2-pinner each. Scott missed that. Pierre gets 9.
Wow. Got to fight for every pin sometimes. The lead is 4 in the game and 2 in the match.
All scores unofficial, but that should be correct. Scott Douglas broke up the 10-pin, 2-4. LaPierre crossed over, left the king, 5-7-10 with Wood.
Yeah, he can bounce that one.
Think so, Bob?
Yeah.
Douglas did bounce that one off the foul line.
He has to hit it right against where the pin is touching the 5-pin. That'll shoot it directly to the right. Let's see.
He goes low on the wood. Here comes the wood across off the back of the plate.
Yeah.
10 for Douglas, 36. Very frustrated as he sits down. And a 9 for LaPierre.
It is tight. Well, there's still 4 weeks to go. This is
including this one.
It's a playoff atmosphere here. 3-pin lead in the 3rd string. 3-pin lead in the match for Central 2. 3-pin lead for Academy 3. Yeah. You see it up there on your board.
Scott Douglas is still looking at his score sheet like, how can I still get 400? He still can. 2-4. Tricky Wood. High on it, yes. Tim Douglas has 2 marks in the past 3. Woodside ran down a bunch. It's the 5-8. 5-9, excuse me. 8 box. 6 marks to 5 for Central 2 in this string.
Steve Poulin was just asking who has the fastest ball, and
is it Joey or is it still?
Historically, Tim Douglas has thrown the fastest ball at 46 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's got a 4-fill, unlucky here.
But also Keith Beaupre has been timed twice at 46. So, I've never had a 47 in all of my travels. I usually carry this thing with me when I cover matches. So.
I've still got a couple of C batteries. Not bad.
Yeah, that's all right.
I've been in disarray all day today. Is that going to push for a 10-box maybe?
Could, but it won't.
It's just for sticks, though. It's okay, though.
Right.
It's very good. It's actually going to gain a pin out of all this.
That's right. So
Tim Douglas, 9 versus 8.
It is still tight.
Would you mind confirming the Academy scores for our folks out there? Thank you kindly.
And if they are confirmed, it is a 6-pin lead for Academy.
Yep, Central 2 scores are correct.
PvP Crawford on the IR. Looking over those scores. 48 for
45
Poulin.
ball, 31, 40, 42. Get in.
Well,
There you
Greg.
are, folks. The scores are confirmed as you see them.
Yep.
Steve Poulin
Nice.
gets some fortune. 3-6-10.
Hutchinson.
Oof.
Oh, boy, he hit that spread eagle hard.
Well, it sure looked good going down, didn't it?
Yep.
Poulin.
Oh, what
the
the?
wood. Okay.
There was wood against. I wonder if that played on it. I don't know.
That pin luck got hashtag canceled. 3-6, and then the wood just deflected it away. Score of 10. He's still pin perfect.
Yep.
Hutchinson still throwing as hard as he can. Now there's a guy who hasn't been bowling the other 31 weeks.
Right,
Just
scores.
peek at my graphic and call it a day.
Well, the teams do. That's what their official scorer does.
6-7, yes.
That's a
Joey
big-
powers it down.
Big drop of the 9-pin late there.
With all the watts he can muster. Amps are current. A viewer pointed
Oh, thank
it
you,
out.
Thank you.
Ohms are resistance.
Yeah, yeah.
And there you go.
So is the wood providing resistance? And
Unironically, yes.
oh,
Yeah.
what? I'm shocked that made that cover. That was.
It's a mystery to me, too, I tell you what.
Did it hit something on the way down?
The skinniest of hits is Poulin leaves his first pin standing, 8 box.
Wow.
Joey Hutchinson with a mark.
But that's going to add to the lead. Importantly.
Yeah.
So now the marks are even. The lead is 5 for Central 2.
If Joey marks out, which would be hysterical, he could actually get a 400.
Right.
Could do the Matt Harnett thing of just like breezing into town and dumping a 400 on these Joes.
Well, remember that name, Joey
schmoes.
Hutchinson, man. He came in. He has a 778. Is that right?
Yep. Phil is 3 for Nardone. 2 more on this one.
Yeah, 778. That's Sanford, Maine.
Fouled out for Limone, and best he can do is 9.
Okay. Yeah, he's everyone knows what's going on. Powers his
Got
way
another
through,
2-pin.
gets a 5.
4, in fact, because of the foul pin.
Oh, the foul pin. Okay, 4. Yep.
Just check the official score, make sure. Yep.
Okay. All right, so a 1-pin lead now for Academy 3.
The string, Central 2 still very much in it.
2 full. Okay. Another wild pitch.
Just a bit early release out of the hand. Nardone's got the 2-4-6. That's left out of.
That was Nardone's version.
That's his early release in his case because he wants to work left to right.
Nope. That was good, though. He hit the pin. He hit the pin before it went down.
7 box. Actually can still beat this frame. Kid on 22 is 4 spares in a row. Thank you. That's Benjamin LaPierre.
Yeah.
Scott will be very pleased that you mentioned.
And that'll be a 6.
The 6. It's fine, actually. It's totally fine.
Oh, no, he doesn't. I think he just called that a. Did he say that he hit? That he had a foul? On the second pitch, I thought he hit the 7-pin clean, but I saw him holding 3 fingers up at the end. That's a 3. So he called a foul on himself. So, okay. So it's a 5-pin. It's a 5-pin lead for Academy 3 now.
Yeah, Lach has a 9
in
drop.
the string.
Mallahan does not mark.
Central holds a 1-pin lead in the match. We are approaching the midway point of the third and final string.
Lach has 2 marks in the last 3.
Captain
Dave
Rich Limone looking for his team to pick him up. He knows. Everyone knows what's going on.
Yeah, yelling and encouraging at your bowlers is an art form. It's sort of been a broken record with me saying that, but it's true. Maybe dropped it a little bit on the lane. It's not far off. He has the ball spin perfectly down.
Yep.
Lach looking for a fill. Did he ever? It's a crossover hit for him. 7.
All right, that lead now is going to reverse.
Yes. Sorry, I got a verbal crunch. Yes. As long as I don't say absolutely.
Mallahan shrugging his shoulders.
Oh, the 2 rang around the 7 for Lach.
Mallahan fighting off a little case of the crazies, whatever you want to call it. If you own a cat, you know what I mean.
Yeah, Mallahan's lost the head pin range at this point.
Yep.
That's 10.
You've seen it come and go, though, just like that. Every time you get up there, especially when you're pulling these 2 boxes at a time, you don't know if you're going to be which guy's going to show up sometimes.
Funny game this is.
Yeah.
It's candlepin bowling. We love it. The game of the Northeast for now. Hashtag build the pin setters.
Oh yeah, we get it. I mean, they got to build a house in Florida. We have too many guys planning to retire down there that want to bowl when they're in their retirement.
I know a non-zero number of lanes are making their way down there, but it's a who's basement as well. You know, hey, that's Candlepin down there. But
I'm hoping that something.
But nobody has a way to. The company that makes these pin setting machines went extinct years ago.
Yeah, but we'll figure that out. What we else have to do is figure out what to do with those 32 lanes in Norwood. You know, it's not that they're mine, but there's 32 lanes in Norwood that are going out of service. Norwood is closing its doors.
Have they announced that officially, or is that
just
just
it's been officially announced. They haven't said it's going to be June 13th or anything. I'm saying they haven't announced that, but they've informed all the leagues, including mine, that they
5-7. He's going high on this wood. There was a large concentration, and the 7 drops into the 5. You wouldn't believe it if it didn't see it here on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Absolutely, it was good. He hit that wood was in play when he hit it. It launched back. Greg, what did you see? It hit the 7 pin
I
on
capped,
the
and
back.
the ball descended from the heavens, and the 7 wilted into the 5.
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah. In a tight match, that's
power of the Douglas brothers coming through. LaPierre, he's got the head pin.
He races on the 3 from the backside.
Yep. That's 2, though. Still, though, patting the Central 2 lead.
Goodbye.
LaPierre runs this down, 6-10. Back in the groove.
Oh, no.
Scott Douglas out of it suddenly.
This one, there's still 6 pins standing.
You carve it in the 1-3. Hopefully the wood doesn't trip you up on the way to the 4. 1-3-10, I think, is fairly assured.
Yeah. Good out.
And like I said, the 3-7-10 stood.
Scotty,
I give up.
Scotty's frustrated with the 7, but I'm impressed with the out ball. Looking at 6 pins in 3 different places, and you get the 7. That's pretty good.
Yeah, half the pins on the 3rd ball. That's my definition of success. Lach has 3 out here. Tim Douglas, that pin just did a crazy cartwheel and sat down in front of the 5'9", 5'8".
Okay. That is like a setback shot, and this one can be cleared like a setback shot, especially with his fireball.
Yeah, the pins aren't in the same place. Yep. High up on it, wasn't it, Bob?
He didn't intend to hit the cap. That's why he stared at the ceiling afterwards and
instantly gains 3, by the way.
But he had a lot of target there, and he hit the far left side of it.
10 marks to 6. I mean, you need marks in this game. We've spent almost an inordinate amount of time. I almost feel terrible about it talking about Rich's, but, you know, his teammates are picking him up every step of the way with all the marks, and marks are the primary driver of score. Douglas gets 7 on the fill.
You know, it's not all sunshine and roses in a Candlepin Alley. You know, they're going to be bad things, more bad things than you care to talk about. Quite often it'll more resemble an outhouse than a flower garden.
But don't be fooled by its appearance. Central Park Lanes is a wonderful house. And it actually, no, that's horrific to say. Actually, it's really wonderful.
Central Park?
I mean, yes, it's one of the older centers. But
it's a holy place. It's an old church. It's an old church that got converted into a Candlepin Alley in the 50s.
I mean, I love it. I just love the aesthetic of this place so much.
So
just a hidden gem in East Boston. You really ought to check it out.
So we're through 6 of 10. Let's call it 26 of 30.
I don't usually check scores at this point.
Central
what am I doing?
Park now holds a 15-pin lead in the game, a 21-pin lead in the series. And see, you're now showing the scores to the viewers at home.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Hutchinson comes over a little too far.
3.
Steve Poulin trips on the line, but hits the head pin full, and
it's actually only the first
split.
It's actually only the first bad fill Joey's had all evening. And guess what? He nearly runs it down. The 7 was hit.
Oh, that would have been, that would have been gone in Millis.
And Poulin over the 2-pin didn't cut quite enough. Boy, this leadoff spot has been fun to watch.
Two bowlers for me that I have not seen before, and they are excellent bowlers.
Yeah.
Steve Poulin, Joey Hutchinson.
Try as we might, especially Paul, try as we might, we have a blind spot to Maine, and it's great to see them here. But if you want to see more great Maine action this weekend, 2 great events coming up. Paul Grant's got the call. He's made it up safely to Maine.
Hutchinson with a 9 drop to the kingpin.
So like, follow, and subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network to be in the know.
Poulin one better.
But don't go just yet. Stick around for a great hammer shot like this one. Steve Poulin finding a way. And Hutchinson missed the single.
I want to see it on super slow motion before I confirm it. He just came up in just a different place.
Sticky stick, it's a 9.
Yep. Boy, it's so good when it's right, but he's taking it all the way back all the way back to 90 degrees vertical.
But then also the comment comes in, a lot of people say, like, well, why doesn't he throw it slower? Then he would get more control. Double-edged sword, though.
Because you don't get anything like the pin action that you do with a lot of spin and a lot of speed. Plus, that's one of the answers.
Plus the timing.
There you go.
Seven out. Nardone's lead will be the 1-2-10 if this wood doesn't foil.
Limone
grabs sticks in this one. 7 down, 3 to go.
Big pins. He's
staying on.
I'm expecting him to find it again, though. It's not the injury. It's the recovery that he's doing right now. Finding that slot. Yep. He was 80% of the way there.
It's pretty great.
Oh.
Sorry, Nardone. Apparently that wood was no good. 9.
one of the early matches I covered on Spread Eagle Productions. I saw Mario Johnson bowling against Maddie Kelly. And
this one's on the head pin, 4-10. Nardone ends up with a better lead.
I was going to say, when Maddie Kelly had the lead, Johnson was unstoppable. Came back with the 7-mark fill, but when she had a 40-pin lead, she couldn't kill. She said that's the way it is sometimes. Now Nardone has to find his killer instinct.
Well, he tried to pinwheel the wood, got the
That was
10.
good.
What took it? The ball?
No, the 2 pieces of wood shook the
Oh,
leg.
the ball carried through for Nardone. 1-3 into the 9.
Finding that he needed it. He needed it. Okay.
9 is fine for Limone, but there's the mark for Academy 3.
Nardone finding his killer instinct there.
All right. Once I display the scoreboard properly, we can see it 3 marks to none for Academy 3. So keep in mind that 15-pin advantage for Central 2 is not. Optics are closer than they appear.
Lach.
Lach has found his groove, I'd say. Marks it as soon as he gets up.
The 8 was the last pin to fall on that strike.
Yeah, last 3 odd-numbered frames. Mallahan also finds the head pin. He's got a split, though. 2, 4, 6, 7. Ooh, the 2, 6, 7.
Perhaps.
Make the 2, 6, 7. Nobody cares. What a game. There's a 9 box.
Yeah. Okay, Lach on a strike. The lone mark on the board. Otherwise, Academy 3 is making a run. They have a strike and 2 spares out of the 1, 2, and 4 slot. These are the third bowlers.
Lach can't follow Hutchinson to the land of the double, but he's got 6 in the first one. Mallahan thought this was 2, but instead it's 7.
A great working ball.
Late falling pin, too.
Nope.
Oh. Trying to get the ball deflection somehow. Well, 9 pin's trickiest anyway. Gives him a better chance at 10. This is outside to the right.
He's throwing to the right now. Solves his problem, but not.
Yep. So
not in time for a mark, but for a 10.
So there should be a 7 fill and a 9 box for Lach, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, there's a 6 fill. On
a strike, though.
Did he pick up an extra pin in the back?
It was 1, 2, 9, 10. 9 got chiseled, then the 1, 2.
Okay.
I got it. I got this. We got this. You out there watching?
Lead is 22. Scotty Douglas trying to defend that lead.
7, 8, 1, 2.
And it's the, call it the CPL 8 here. My goodness, we've seen it a couple times. Key factor in what I've been calling the Millis 8 is that you bounce something off the wall. Usually the 2 pin or the 3 pin that you missed. It's spare for Douglas. It hits the wall and rolls back and covers the 2 in the corner, whether it's the 4-7 or the 6-10, and leaves breaks the 4 horsemen up into a nice little 2-pinner.
Score should be correct now. Bob here for the out. Gets the 10.
Good 10. All right, Douglas, 22 pin lead and counting, right? Oh, no. Oh, because LaPierre was in the film. That's right. So it's down to a 16 pin lead.
Yep, I was slow to update that one.
Yep. Okay. That's going to, Douglas looking to build that right back up into the 20s. Let's see. Nice ball.
Ooh, baby.
Oh. 9 in the pit and just the 4 pin standing.
Back to that, Scott LaPierre, one bitter.
Oh. Needed it most.
Matching the mark would still be pretty good, and
It
Scott
is.
Douglas does.
Like that body language from Scotty Douglas.
The body English.
He had to. What is that? What is that shimmy? He did to make sure that the spin didn't take him out of play there. I don't know my dance metaphors. Ashley Breton, you can help me out when I see you next.
Yeah. My wife did ballet once. Tim Douglas, 9.
Oh my gosh!
Thanks for the plank.
Good ball from Woodside, but that's the Starlight 5.
Good morning, Greg. I think I've got that right.
Greg
Spinner.
Packer from Australia as he watches Timmy Douglas with the spare. We are in a tight one. Central 2 looking to put away Academy 3, led early. They won game 1, 562 to 551.
10 boxer Woodside.
Central.
25 pin advantage for Central 2 and 31 in the match.
Yep.
Academy 3 has that extra mark up.
All right, Douglas now in the spare. On the spare, around the spare.
It's crossover.
Ugh.
7 fill for Tim Douglas, 93
Right.
through 7.
The wood just got interesting, though. And he's got a V behind the 5 pin. Plays it.
Ooh, just
How about that? He managed to pick the 7-10 and leave the 5 standing.
so I can't run this down either. Good afternoon. Bummer. So a 9 boxer Tim Douglas. That brings him up to 102 through 8. Woodside pins out quite well. The wood almost shot across for an 8 box. 75 through 8. There you see it. We'll confirm the scores.
33 unofficially.
And we've matched up here by my count. I got a helpful lady here helping me out with the scores on my side. How about you?
86 and 2.
81 in the ball,
81 in the ball,
67, 86 in the ball, 75. Scores are correct as you see it on your screen, folks.
Yep.
Never a doubt. 33 pins in the string for Central 2. 39 in the match for Academy, though. Keep in mind, Academy has the extra marks.
That's
3-1.
right. And in fact, they're both strikes, so you cut that lead in half, and that's what we would expect.
Yeah. It does mean Central 2 is clearly favored, but not conclusively. Steve Poulin filling the strike. 10:30 p.m. is right now.
Quarter Worcester, welcome. Though it's not welcome.
Yeah. Who are you? Where are you even
Right.
from?
That was a good fill.
Yeah, 8 fill for Poulin.
It may have been
Oops.
a don't miss ball, but he needed it.
Yep. 8 bucks and a 6 bucks. Sorry, there was some crossfire about what's the score really? But
Yep, the 395 from Academy 3 and 423, whatever it was. It was the same thing we had.
yeah,
Now
the scores are correct.
Yep.
We're right. Everyone wrote the scores down correctly, so the bleary eyes will figure it out eventually. 2 on the first ball for Poulin.
the lead.
Hutchinson found the range. There we go. Strike! 4 pin, got a late kick.
Missed a double strike.
Oh, if only. That was actually, no, Poulin was the one who was striking the last frame, remember, but Hutchinson with 4 marks here. Just go above a 120 average.
Okay.
7 box. Poulin dissatisfied with that, but he will end up with a 109, 3 string total of 327. Joey Hutchinson on 357 plus.
That was it.
Plus more? Nope. No, 1 double's all you get. It's a miracle we let you double coupon it all, but 610 sticks needed here. Should be a simple question of 2 pins, and there it is. 10. The fill is 10.
How about that? Was that a 367?
It is a 367
So
for
he's
Joey Hutchinson.
in his second
welcome
appearance.
and welcome and goodbye
until
we meet again.
Well, he had a 355 at his first appearance as a sub, not on Friday Night Game of the Week, but by my addition, that means he's averaging 120 and a half.
All right. Nardone.
Good piece. Not a good leave. Okay.
Got 3 out. 6, 8, and 10. Which, again, is very impressive in its own right. Nardone wants a wall kick somehow. It's not happening.
Yep.
Good sticks, though. It's a good matter. 1 ball left to find it. Mike's going to challenge with a 9.
Okay.
Again, the wood.
So
Again, thinking the wood was sure, it just wasn't.
Nardone was on a fill, right? So.
Yep, that was updated. Limone's going to miss the rack, unfortunately. It's going to be 4. 5 pins.
Should have been. So we're down to 25 now. Is that right? Okay.
It's down to 25. And, it's not.
And the mark advantage is gone, but Academy's
Yep.
got a ball. They have a strike versus a spare.
Yep.
Okay, Limone drop.
Copyright that fast. Nardone cannot mark. The damage will be limited. Right here. Pins are still dancing in the back here, so it's 5 down. Nardone will get just 9. And there's the 9.
That's a big one.
That's Central 2 cheering again.
61. The injured.
There you go.
Recovering.
Rehabbing. Recuperating.
Yep.
But
all right.
Central 2 is in this match.
With a 25-pin lead?
Easily. Mallahan, check mark.
Okay, Lach
5 out.
leaves it out there. Nope.
Lach. On the other side of that, I thought he would have dug it to the 1-2 there. Is probably what he's aiming for. Chance to gain some sticks here. Hodge's having a tough time with this 2, in fairness.
Okay, pick
There's
up
the 9.
another pin.
Marks are 15-9 for Central 2 in this. Just the marks are just stacking on here.
26-pin lead in the string, 32 in the match.
Pinning gap is 15 for Academy 3. Mallahan. Boy, pins are still spilling for him. The 10 almost wilted as well. It does not. Lach digs in. That's full on the head pin. 3-1 split. Yeah, wash out the head pin. Funny things happen. 7, 8, 10.
I think it's that little space between the piece facing us. Let's see. Nope.
Might have been trying to get a piece of the right side wood as well.
Yeah,
as it is, only took the 8.
You wanted to get double tips if you could. Justin. That was Justin Waters.
That's only a couple boards away. All the Central Park Lanes teams are home this evening. 9 box for Mallahan. Lach concludes with a 9. Mike Nardone 326, Dave Mallahan 303, Rich Limone 222, and Steve Lach 312.
Yep.
Yep. Scott Douglas would need a double strike to get to 400 at this point. Scott LaPierre needs a strike for a double strike.
This is not a good house to be when you're struggling. and drop.
Douglas has some choice words for himself there. So the fill is 1 on that. That fill fizzles. LaPierre's fill is 7. Douglas makes it up!
Strike ball.
Oh, do you believe that? The box is 10 for LaPierre. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, these are the number 4 bowlers. This is the 10th
3
box.
marks in a row.
How's he doing for the series?
Scott Douglas is 66 above par for the whole match.
Yeah, that's right. Because he needed a 139 to pour 400.
Yep. This will mix a few. The fill is 4. LaPierre trying to cut this 5-10 desperately. Not bad. Try at it at all. Scott's checking his laces real quick. Scott Douglas.
And goes high.
Head pin.
All right.
Wood. LaPierre's 10 for 113.
I think high was the place to go there. Just got a withering bounce off the wall. Didn't take out anything in
Eeny, meeny, miny, you. $9. I would have never aimed for the corner. I don't have the skill or the chutzpah for that. Of course, Scott Douglas deals somewhat left to right, so it makes more sense in his case.
It's a good thing to practice, though, Greg. You're in a summer league. Think about it.
The more thinking I do, the worse I do, in fairness. Woodside has buzzed out the head pin here. He's got the 2-8. Tim Douglas, a diamond.
How about it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's gone.
Okay. Not impossible.
Oh, just the front triangle.
That helps just a little. It's 20.
Yeah. Woodside on his fills has been rock solid.
That was a 10 for Douglas, so
It is.
23 minus this
Yeah.
ball.
Needs a lot
How
of
about
help.
it? How
A
about it?
strike would be
Yeah.
nice. There we go.
All right, that's 13. It is now 13. All right, in the 50th and final box of the third string, the 150th in the series.
Tim needs spins above all. Does not match the strike.
That
Came
certainly
darn
will help,
close.
though. That certainly will help.
Tim Douglas is at least 8 head pins in a row, maybe 9.
He's going to make this spare. He's going to.
As long as you go red line or right.
Even on a double strike. Now, Tim can close it out with a. I guess he closes out with a 7, even against a triple, right?
Yep.
All right. It's 13 minus this.
Has to have a double to stay in this.
And no,
it's a good ball, but not going to happen.
So.
Oh, do you believe it?
And that is a 20 box.
Of course you do. It's Tim Douglas. The fill is 9 for Woodside, and the fill is 10 for Douglas.
Final score.
And there you see it. We'll confirm the scores before we sign off, I suppose.
A 14-pin victory, 539 to 525.
Four match points more for Central, two for the string, 2 for total.
Final string scores confirmed: 109 for Steve Poulin, 105 Mike Nardone, 84 Dave Mallahan, 113 confirmed for Scott LaPierre, and a 114 is confirmed for Eddie Woodside. It is official.
There we go. And now we can see the totals as well. Scott Douglas was firing on all cylinders, and Joey Hutchinson, what a story coming in here, blowing down the house for Central 2. Wow. Academy 3 won that first string. And I was wondering if that was going to be the trajectory for the whole evening, but there you go.
They led
369, 367.
through the seventh inning in the second string too.
Yeah. And again, I'd say the 110 average or so from the main bowlers, I think, is deceptive there. I think they bowled better than it indicated. I mean, maybe Lapierre had no, honestly, it was pretty solid throughout, I would say. Woodside also had a string of headpin hits that just weren't going his way.
He pulled it a little bit. Scotty did. He was pulling it when we weren't noticing. When you weren't noticing, evidently.
In fairness, yeah. But then Tim Douglas just amazing on the headpin, and then Scott Douglas with a 369, and he was frustrated with himself too.
Oh yeah, well he wanted a 400. Who doesn't? But
yeah,
he beat Joey Hutchinson in what was a really impressive debut on Candlepin Bowling Network.
There we go. Anything else
Greg,
to say before we go off the air?
No, Greg. All the bowlers out west. I'll see you tomorrow morning at the Joni Elmkowski, 9 a.m.
All right,
check-in.
You'll be out west. Paul will be way up north, and we'll have it all here live on some combination of Facebook and YouTube. Like, follow, and subscribe, folks, so that you're in the know. Until then, thank you for watching this presentation of the Friday Night Pro League and Candlepin Bowling Network. Until then, so long.